Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm Dungeon Master Jagan. Got the whole crew here. Fisto's having some internet issues, so he'll be going camless. You just have to remember what his face in motion looks like, because all we have is the still image. If you're wondering why people are rolling dice to me privately, it's because we are now 9th level.
Yeah.
People like to wait until the last second.
Have a life, Jake.
In my defense, I just learned that we leveled up like 5 minutes ago.
It was in the Discord PR. Granted, people kept talking as soon as I announced it, so am I getting them buried?
Yeah, I thought it got buried.
Is that that's the story we're going with? It got buried.
Yeah.
All right.
Way to bury the lead.
Oh, get out. So, last session. What the hell happened? Oh, no.
Akulu came back with people.
I remember now. Yes.
Okay.
Alakulu had a private meeting. No, she brought them with her of 2 other draconic sorcerers. And she has learned that she is one of 7 draconic sorcerers in the world who all belong to the bloodline of the Dragon of the Four Winds, who is alive and well, and is summoning all of his bloodline to help defend the West. But Alakulu's like, hold up a minute, I gotta save the North first.
You're welcome. I'm their only hope.
Hi, Iso. Thanks for joining us instead of Pro League.
Because North always remembers.
That's okay. I know there's going to be a ton of unwanted references when we get to the final boss.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them all out of my system now so that when we finally get there, I'll have already let it go.
God, see? This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait, since when have Vegas's PR's references been unwanted? I didn't get that memo.
Literally every time. All right. All right. And then it was decided that, hey, we should just kill Yofer. And so Yofer was killed. Agnar defeated him in single combat because that's what you do when you're leading the party in the Endfrost campaign. You defeat people in single combat.
Yeah. You set the precedent.
I did. Yeah, I'm okay with it. And then there was... What happened next, guys? I'm drawing a huge blank.
There was a really, really deep and insightful and expositive drop discussion between one of the draconic sorcerers and Bernhardt.
Oh, right. It was all off screen, right?
Yep, all off screen. And then there was a really disrespectful, boring conversation between Agnar and Calder.
His god, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Akon had been looking into what to do with his curse if he decided to not honor his word.
Right, I remember that.
That curse that I had totally remembered.
I now I understand why I'm drawing a huge blank. We only played 2 hours because Bernhardt lost internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, there must have been something happen after that, right? No, that was it. That was the whole stream. All right, so we're gonna kick things off today with me always forgetting to get my timeline open before stream. It is Moon Day of the first month of winter. Moon Day is the last day of the month.
Days.
Of course, it's rough and it gets everywhere. Oh, you weren't there for our prequel memes. Missed it.
Oh.
It was really, really good stuff. Also, excellent Garfield reference, new guy. I appreciate
Thank
you.
Is PR still dead? No, he's here. He just doesn't have a camera. We're making do. All right. So the first thing that's going to happen on Moon Day, the last day of the first day month of winter, is in a rather not a lot of fanfare, but a very private ceremony, Ilva will elevate Salfty to the rank of Jarl and give him control over Drecky's ward now that Ylfr is sleeping with the fishes.
Did we toss his body into the water?
And I just remember there was something I wanted to ask PR before session.
Also, did he mean to say Jarl, or did he mean to say...
I meant to say
something- a
Thane. Yes, thank you.
I was gonna say, holy shit, I missed a lot.
We're really on top of it today, y'all. Offline type.
So, does anyone have anything they want to do in character on the last day of the first month of winter?
Agnar would like to make sure, and this doesn't necessarily need to be a scene at all. We had just talked about it 2 sessions ago, and then what's his fuck stealing my/his/Alva's vote. I just want to make sure that Kabian gets out into the water to go find the sea elves.
Yeah. He did that first thing in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
He's gone. He has set sail.
Okay. Good. That's it.
So Kabian and his Huskarls, and he took his ship, right? Took your ship.
I was having him take the tiny ship, the Sneka.
The Snekya? Yeah.
Snekya. Yeah,
that's
one.
The class of ship, not the name. But yes.
Yeah.
Ylfr ship. The smart snip. Yeah.
Because it's a fast one.
It is, yeah. So he's taking that. So he's not taking all his Huskarls. He's taking all the Huskarls that fit on the ship, and he's going to go find the Del Marais, aka the Sea Elves. Those joyous Italian bastards.
God, I miss them.
You know, I just recently rewatched the Clone Wars, and I think subconsciously, buried deep in the bottom of my brain, was Hondo, and I think that's where Sino Ramberti came forward.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
In my case, we don't have to make a scene of it. Maybe, Jaken, if you just want to give me what I would get out of it, but Akon would also go see a priest inside Sudurhofn regarding this curse. However, in this case, this more particular case, he would use this deception that he's been seeing all about and try to keep it as low as he can, talking about the general details of a curse, but never saying that it's his.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have you roll that.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I don't really have a curse, unless.
So you want me to roll that?
Yep.
Deception?
Lies.
14.
Oh, so close. I was looking for a 15. Well, the priest is like talking about you, right?
Akon will just kind of make a face like, yes, but I don't want to say it.
Well, you don't get too much more information than you got from the shaman of the Great Mocked. In that, it doesn't really sound like you're cursed. If you give him the details. It's more of a agreement, a geesh. And
yeah, and it's either do it or kill.
Yep.
Or eat something from her, which
Yeah. So what happens when you make a deal with the Lady of Witches?
No, that's fine. I needed out, I got out, so.
Anyone else? Alright.
I'm gonna roll a spell real fast. I'm not using it. I'm just making sure it came out right.
Do all 4 of you stay in the castle at night?
Unless I'm requiring the camp, yeah.
Alright. Each of you collectively at different times find yourselves unable to sleep. And eventually you find each other in the Great Hall drinking some heated mead, hoping to find a stillness to fall asleep that night. The only other people in the hall is a servant who's just kind of in and out of behind pillars and leaving the room and tending to you and really hoping that you guys go to sleep. Because he would also like to be asleep. But at this particular moment in time, he is out of the hall. So it's just the four of you. The big fire in the middle of the hall is kind of like smoldering, giving a very low ambient light. You guys are all sitting around one table, sipping mead. There was a conversation. It was pretty pedantic, and at this point it's just kind of died down, as you're all kind of feeling the weight of everything in this kind of moment. It's the reason none of you can find sleep. And that's when the doors are thrown open by a blast of snow. And a howling cold wind washes over you and snuffs out the light. And from the last smoke of the fire, an image takes shape. And that image seems to coalesce around a figure coming through the door. And when this woman in a regal gown steps through the threshold, the image kind of bursts, revealing her. And she herself is projecting some kind of light. This cold, faint white light. None of you, unfortunately, have seen this figure before. But she cuts an impressive figure. She is 7 feet tall, white-haired, white skin, purple eyes, and a white gown with light blue accents. With a big, Victorian-like collar. And a modest crystal tiara.
Well, I'm still taller than her.
Got him!
But I won't tell her that because I feel like she's one of the person that can say, "Make me."
And we didn't meet those of us who were still alive at the time.
AKA you.
We didn't meet her. It was only Fenrir, I guess.
Only Fenrir saw her, yes. But
yeah.
I assume he... Well, actually,
we can all
Fenrir
guess
wasn't
who
much
she
of a
is.
wordsmith. Yes, you can guess who she is.
Based on how angry she...
Actually, she doesn't look angry at all. She has a face of just kind of cold malevolence towards you.
Come on in. You want some mead? Have a seat.
Her violet eyes kind of trace the four of you. And she says, My, the new king of Bjornmars is much more hospitable than the lords I've dealt with in the past.
Yeah, we're all about hospitality these days.
Yeah, someone said we should consider it.
That's good to hear. She steps forward, and as she does, she kind of like moves her hand, and the tables and benches in front of her just get thrown to either side of the building, clearing her path.
Well, that's a bit extreme.
Yeah, do we still have to be polite after that?
I mean, like, I could have walked around to come talk, whatever. And I'll just sip my mead.
I'm told that you're ready to defy me. But my hordes have had enough bloodshed, and I'm here to extend one last chance, given that you, King Agnar, are so hospitable. compared to the last lord of this city. I invite you to surrender Sudurhofn and the whole of your country to my forces. This is the only offer I will give.
Oh, okay, you're done. Cool.
And polite too.
Well, I mean, like I said, hospitality. Kind of trying to push things forward. New winter, new me sort of thing. So while I appreciate the fact that you invited yourself into my home, rearranged my furniture very violently, and have been ever so charming. There's you may not have heard this about me yet, because I know I'm kind of the new guy in town, but you may not have heard this about me. I'm down with the kids. I'm hip.
Hip with the Utes.
I'm hip with the youths.
What's up, fellow youths?
And as some of the younger folks around here would say, get fucked.
Such noxious defiance. Perhaps you are unaware of your situation.
Oh no, I'm very well aware of the situation. I'm very well aware what you're coming with. I'm very well aware that I'm not fully aware of what you're coming with. I really I'm kind of convinced here that you're not fully aware of the situation.
No,
I know what you're up to. I know what you want, and I get it. I mean, I get it. The whole power grab thing. That's legit. Everybody does that. It's a phase, and you'll grow out of it.
No. You don't understand. I've come to bring. There's an idiom in this Northman speech. I have good news and bad news.
Okay. Hit me with the good news first.
Well, that doesn't really work. So the bad news.
Oh, okay.
The bad news is none of your gods are real.
Told y'all.
Objectively incorrect, but please continue. I don't want to stop the narrative that you're forming.
There were 8 gods that created everything you know.
Uh-huh.
And you humans made a pact with them to keep them out of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And while they were left to their own devices, the 8 gods killed each other.
Okay.
So for
for
over 1,000 years, you fleeting beings of dust and bone have conjured up your own deities.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all like fire. You can feel their warmth, but there's really nothing there.
Okay. All right.
I've come to give you direction as a goddess. A real goddess.
Okay.
And everything to the north of you has seen the light.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're hoping for divine intervention, a miracle, or if you're counting on the god's favor to save you, know that there's only one god in this scenario, and that's me.
I was.
Well, actually, there is another. I actually created one 40 years ago, roughly. So it's from the old gods, I think. It's very in the air as to what happened. So you were right up until I created one. Technically, no, there is not just you. I mean, I don't even think you are a god, as far as I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, and so, yeah, Bernhard's got absolutely part of it. We just super briefly before we interject anymore. Okay, so the bad news was that the gods are dead.
The good news is that...
And the good news, you're gonna be our new goddess.
Yes, but I'm kind of hung up on the hubris of this little Abagio who thinks he made God...
No, hold on. Witch. You are in our realm now. So do me a solid. Shut your mouth and let us destroy. No, because I understand that particular term has some negative connotations to it, and I don't want to necessarily throw you under the bus with this crazy broad.
I'm just
enough.
I'm not relying on any gods. No. I'm strong enough.
Yeah. So also, that was the good news, the bad news. I'm wondering when you're going to get to the part of the we're not aware of what's going on. Because we knew that. We knew that the gods are dead. No. We knew that the old gods are dead. We knew that
Bernhard made a new one.
That you're an arrogant cunt that thinks you're a goddess. And what you don't know is there are actual gods in this equation. And that we don't need their divine intervention because, like you said, for the past 1,000 years or so, us fleeting creatures of body and bone have been dinking about trying to figure things out and making up gods as we went. Well, we made some real ones this time, and everyone to the north of here has seen the light. So you've got dumbass giants.
Some snow goblins.
You've got some trolls that wouldn't know their heads from their ass. And you've got snow goblins.
I have to look up your spell list before I interrupt you. Keep going.
So, congratulations on being the queen of dipshits. And yes, we are going to defy you. And no, I'm not going to accept your most gracious offer of allowing us to surrender so that I can lick your boots.
Okay. She holds out a hand, palm upward, and blows into it, and a ball of ice forms. And then she just kind of opens her hand like that, and it shoots out towards you. And as it does, she says, "Be silent." And I think you need to make a con save. Let me look up the spell while you do that.
All right, and
I assume.
And this is a spell.
This is a spell, so you have advantage.
Or a spell-like ability.
This is definitely a spell. Oh shit! It's got a guy's name in front of it. Oh, it's right here. I literally turned to the page. That's fucking magical.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh no! All of you need to make con saves.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and spend a luck point and roll another d20 here.
A luck point?
Yep.
Wrong system.
No, he has luck points.
I have luck points.
Oh, that's right. I was like thinking fate points.
What the heck, Bernard?
Bernhard's like, fucking shit. I'm pretty sure Bernhard has a shit ton of con. Just throwing that out there.
It's just
16.
Damn.
It's interesting.
I've got a +5 to con saves, and it's still.
Okay,
I'm gonna take my 17.
Everyone except for Kulu is gonna take half damage. So Kulu take 38. Everyone else take 19 cold damage.
I'm gonna get a calculator out. I don't do math. I studied literature.
And for narrative's sake, Kulu is just thrown from her bench. The rest of you are kind of like jostled backwards, but otherwise holding her ground because you succeeded. And now that she has your attention, you're just gonna keep talking? She's got more spells.
No, I'm not gonna keep talking. I'm pulling sword.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
as you're drawing your sword, she says, "Gods are as gods do, and very soon you'll feel my wrath." And Agnar rushes forward with his brother's sword, and as he lunges at her, she bursts into snow.
Hakon turns to Agnar and says,
Oh, I should note that she was the only source of light. So now it's pretty dark, and there is a snowstorm. You know, I really, as a South Texan, I don't know how to classify degrees of snowstorm. I wouldn't call it a blizzard.
A flurry?
A flurry, if you will.
Yeah, flurry.
Going on outside.
I cast light on a table.
The whole table's...
Yeah, just like, here we go.
I would like to say I'm disappointed, Agnar.
Say again?
I'm disappointed. You spoke for both the Bearfolk and the Fjellfolk.
Rude.
I would have liked to said no myself.
Well, okay, my apologies. I got caught up in the moment. That was not my intent with that. She was addressing me and saying, you have the opportunity to surrender. And honestly, it was a dick move on my part.
Agnar,
I forgot.
You're interrupted by a sound being carried on the wind.
Another one.
A sound that you were expecting but not hoping to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sound of a horn blast from the north.
Mm-hmm.
A series of horn blasts that make their way towards the city, being delivered by Fjellfolk, informing you and all the other mocked warriors that the enemy has arrived. The Fjellfolk are now, assuming they've heard the horn, are falling back to those city walls. And just as you kind of stop talking and everyone hears this faint, you stop and you all hold your breath and you hear it a little louder this time. Again, echoing off the wind.
Guess I'll go chug some potions. Jeez. Wait, do I have any left?
I've got to go organize my people.
Yes. We're gonna need to have a war council here pretty quick, so get back as quick as you can.
Yes.
And
so, Jake and I will leave the hall, and I will head toward the incoming Fjellfolk groups, and essentially instruct the Fjellfolk to man the walls where needed. Rest of them stand in the street and close the wall, and the Mac leaders to head to Sudurhofn Castle for the War Council. I'm assuming that's where we're gonna have.
Yeah. All right. You notice. So yeah, at this point, you guys are forgoing sleep, I take it, and getting everything organized.
I mean,
yes.
a small rest would be nice. I've got 7 hit points currently.
You guys could probably get a long rest before you're gonna need it. So
yeah, it's more of a not foregoing rest, but setting the wheels in motion that had already been cocked and ready to fire.
All right. Hakan, as you're marshaling your people, as the night wanes on, you realize that only about half of the Great Mocked arrived at a prompt manner.
I'll inquire what happened to the other half. If anybody knows.
Roll investigation.
Oh, I don't like when you do that.
Because right now things are quite chaotic. Even though you are in charge, it's going to be hard to get in from... Oh, I made it 10, so you did it. You learned that some of the Mocks heard fighting, but given the what was it? The flurry?
Yes.
It was hard to tell which direction it was coming from and how close it was.
I will grab a Thunderbird, I believe they're called.
Yes, but Thunderbirds flying in this condition you'd have to coax it with an animal handling.
I'll risk it.
Okay.
Oof, 7.
Yeah, you can't get the Thunderbird to take off.
My heart tells me that Akon would actually go see himself. Since he can't fly, he would just leave the city, but that's a dumb decision. So the strategist in his mind says he needs to send someone else. He doesn't want to send his second in command. He's missing some Mac leader, so that's a no-go. He's gonna ask Kiel, his brother, to send scouts out to the other to the missing Mac leaders, because we know which Mac leaders missing. We know where their camps are. Send scouts in that direction. Get them in.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? I mean, other than rousing the Thanes and Jarls and... Okay. Everyone's been informed.
I need to recover.
Akulu finds a quiet spot for herself.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not in charge of any of these.
I almost got eaten by a god. I need to... Or a wannabe god. I need to go chill out. No pun intended. All right. Everyone's brought up to speed. The call goes out throughout Sudurhofn saying that every abled man and woman who can wield a weapon and ideally owns a weapon is to come to the Modisbond Armory to receive all the armor and weapons you've got, you're handing out. And since you guys are better folk, literally everyone knows how to fight. So, if Sudurhofn is to be sieged, you're going to have a crap ton of warriors defending it. They may not be very well equipped. And they're not well trained. They know how to fight, but not on the level of a Huskar. Certainly on the level of a player character, of course. But you'll have lots of fighting bodies. And all throughout the night. Oh, wow, that's really long. I don't want to read it yet. I want to read it when everybody else does. Yeah, so the call goes out, and you're starting to armor the populace. Well, every head of household has their own chainmail and weapons and helmet, and most people at least have a shield and a helmet. At a bare minimum. Normally, there's one person in the household that is the designated fighter. But yeah. All right.
Also, super briefly, I'm about to raid the treasury.
Okay.
Specifically for 500 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Roll investigation.
God damn it. That's a luck point happening. is what's happening there.
Are the luck points per day or per session?
It's per day.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming this is before I slept.
Yes.
So this is luck point number 2 of the day. +1.
Why don't you just roll it again? All right, a 16. Gosh darn it, you found it.
Okay.
Down to the diamond.
Yep, that'll go into my belt pouch, and I'm good.
Okay. Anyone else have anything specific they want to do for the next narration?
I mean,
well,
I just exposit all over you.
how much time?
Couple hours.
Oh, a couple hours. I'll definitely take a short to medium rest.
I'm gonna spend money on.
You guys don't need to waste time doing a short rest. I'm gonna give you guys a long rest.
Okay.
Once this concludes.
I want to spend money on potion material and get started on some of those because I gave away my last ones. I just don't know how much we decided that would cost.
Roll d20. That's how many potions you can make.
Okay. But I need to spend the money for materials because I can't.
No, that's how much money you got. If you casually mentioned in the halls of Modisbond, I need money for healing potions, then Ilva will be like, here you go, and just throw some money at you.
I mean, I have 90 gold, but that's I'll accept her money. I'll accept her money instead. Okay,
you gotta remember, right now there's not really an economy that needs supporting.
There we go.
Would Bernhardt know anything about the foes that we're going to be facing? Snow goblins, ice giants.
You've seen the wolf at minimum.
You would know of at least a handful that we have mentioned. Let me pull up my list of bad dudes.
I mean more so like, do you know of like if they're particularly vulnerable to anything, or like if they are immune? Like he's trying to prepare himself for battle, and he's trying to figure out what spells might be of the greatest use to him. So I mean, I'm okay with making an intelligence check.
Why don't you give me a nature's wisdom? Is history int? Give me a history check.
Okay.
Oof.
Snow goblins probably don't like, or probably are okay with ice. Good to know.
Yeah, you're kind of like, probably don't want to prepare anything that does cold.
Okay.
You can remember the names of the creatures that you're coming up against, but not anything that would help you beyond that. Alright. A few hours pass. The first light of dawn is starting to creep over the horizon, and more Fjellfolk warriors are starting to filter in. But these ones have seen action. Reports start coming in that in the dead of night, a few hours ago, in fact, snow goblins and winter wolves came upon the Fjellfolk camps. Fortunately, the Fjellfolk are constantly in a state of readiness, and they were able to fend off their attackers long enough to break off and retreat. Their losses were minor. However, they do report that behind the surprise attack, as they were retreating, they saw the towering figures of giants and metallic clanking on the wind.
Akon has nothing to hide. He'll disperse the information that it's animated armor, and we know about it.
Okay. The enemy starts to set up camp in the wood line around Sudurhofn. There is no sign that they will attack immediately, and so the party decides this is our only chance to get some real sleep. And after getting hit by a a Fey Queen snowball. You're all feeling a bit sleepy, and so you get a long rest. Now, when you wake up, the city, the snowfall on the city has only gotten worse. Now it's at what I would call, as a uneducated southerner, I would call this a blizzard. It is getting so cold, and the wind is so fierce that it's going to be really hard to keep yourselves warm, even in the walls of Modisbon. That being said, until this blizzard is lifted, it will take 2 long rests to get rid of a single level of exhaustion. This will become more important for your men than you, so see what happens. A snowstorm? Sorry, I don't mean to bust your balls, Blinky.
Just FYI, Jaken, because it might come into play, Fjell folk in general, since they're calced on Goliath, are acclimated to high altitude as well as cold climate.
Right. Yeah, I know. The Fjell folk are... Alright, we'll say that Fjell folk are okay. They're the only ones who can have normal rests, which will be important. So, roughly 10 a.m., maroon sails arrive in the south.
Yes! Oh, they're about to get so fucked.
5,000 Dragonborn and human, heavily armored infantry disembark and set up camp around and within the Iron Hall. Thousands of the Great Mocked have joined the better folk on the walls, and in case anyone is interested in the math, a total, after all the Sudurhofn citizenry rise up that can fight, within the walls of Sudurhofn are 27,000 combatants and 8,000 non-combatants.
Oof.
Which means that the city is roughly 10,000 people overfilled. So warriors are pitching tents into streets, and it's cold. The Legion is from a land that has harsh winters, but they don't normally sit out in the snow in their full armor, so they are immediately concerned about frostbite. And they're looking for ways to mitigate that. Also, the Fjellfolk, always keeping their heads about them, left some scouts in the woods who have reported back and gotten a general head count of the armies of Endfrost. This is not accounting for size or composure, but there are roughly 30,000 enemies at the gates. And now, I will show you the map of Sudurhofn with some things on it.
Not
Oh
things.
no, he was prepared.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
What?
There's stuff there that's not there yet.
Oh, okay. We didn't see it.
Hang on.
Wow, way to jinx it, new guy.
Thanks.
You were like, wow, Jaken's prepared. And it's like, oh shit. It's like, guess not.
I could not account for that.
I also just realized that I forgot to let you guys see these bars, but there. I'll give you guys a moment to get the lay of it. And audience, I'll let you see it as soon as I'm done doing the thing that I got to do. Alright, before you guys start thinking that this is going to be a really contrived and obnoxious mini game. These numbers are more for me than for you. We're not going to be doing any kind of dice rolling, large scale combat. It's all just so that I can keep track in a metric fashion the flow and ebb of the siege. So don't get too concerned. I hope you have faith.
By the way, you say numbers, but me personally, I only see health bars. I don't see numbers.
Oh. Well, health bars is enough.
Yeah.
I guess the only way to see the numbers is if I gave you control.
Probably, but
oh, visible to everyone. Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to take a hot minute.
I honestly, if we're not making
Just the bars
a contrived
is fine.
mini game out of it, yeah, the bars is fine.
Well, your characters would probably want to know numbers.
You'd
right.
want to know numbers.
I love the Endfrost tokens. Like, what's over there? Just end of the world number 1.
And that's end of the
Up
world
north?
number 2.
End of the world number 3 up there.
So,
what's underneath Legion? Just Garrison?
No. The Legion can be split into 10 cohorts, and so that's my cohort token that I can copy and paste.
Oh, okay. Cohort.
Every cohort is 500.
Yeah.
So again, this isn't information that you guys will have to manage. This is just information how I've decided to break down the battle behind the screen. But since your characters would be aware of it, I'm giving you that information. Even though I should have already done it, and now this is taking a hot minute.
It's fine. No, never mind.
What's up?
I was thinking I would have liked to know where my brother is and where Geiga is in all of this.
Where do you want them
but
to
then
be?
Sorry?
Where do you want them to be?
Well, that's the thing. Again, from a heart perspective, Hakon would try to protect his family and his closest friend. But from a strategist perspective, he can't split a leader from his Mac. That would be stupid. Geiga, in theory, he could protect, but he figures she's like, if he says, no, don't go out to fight, she's going to slap him and just go out to fight. So
that tracks.
So there's no point. Honestly, my thinking was flawed.
Alright, are there any one of your guys that you can't see?
Macked in the markets, I see the health bar, not the number. Garrison in Mud is bun cancelled, I see the health bar, not the number.
Too fast. Macked in markets.
Yes.
I see the health bar, not the number.
Also, Drucky's wards, Mocked, and Garrison. And then the Garrison and Modus Bond.
I think I just did Drecky's ward. Oh, visible to editors. The more I do it, the slower it takes.
Yeah.
Like, for real. It slowed down to a crawl. There we go. Alright, what's left?
The Garrison and Mud is bun cancel.
Okay. That should be them all. Soon as Roll20 catches up with me.
I don't assume I could convince you to give us the numbers on Endfrost.
I told you, roughly 30,000. So you can assume each of those hexes...
Approximately 5,000.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the audience... Oh. All right. Do you guys have a particular battle plan now that you can see the lay of it you would like to employ? Or would you just like to get to the part start throwing dice?
I'm not in charge.
Agnar is not a large military leader. There are others here that are better suited to it.
I would have rather killed her while she was here.
That was the plan.
All right.
Oh yeah.
She bitched out.
Shortly after
Coward.
Shortly after midday, a strange-looking frost giant starts approaching the bell gate, the northern gate. This is the player's handbook. That's not going to have what I want. He is carrying a large but thin tree trunk, and affixed to the dead branches is a white, tattered sheet.
I'm assuming that's a parlay?
That's what it looks like.
Just take me with you if you go out there.
I mean, I would be taking everyone if I go out there, but I don't know if I'm going out there.
Make him come to the gate and talk to him from the top of the wall. You'll have the high ground.
That's a better idea than I can come up with at the moment, so let's do that.
Alright. You guys come to the bell gate, and it gets about 100 feet away. And from here you can kind of see that this thing has like several smaller heads growing out of its neck and of its head. And they all speak in unison with great projection. And it sounds both male and female in this kind of cacophony of voices. And it says, "The might of the goddess Skathi has come to Sudurhofn. I address the common folk. Your leaders have chosen to fight us."
Arrows in that now.
Alright, so you start notching bows and firing at it, and if you are not hitting their mark given the strength of the wind, and by that I mean most of them.
Send a cow over.
And it continues as arrows are kind of like zipping
How far
past.
away is it?
He's 100 feet away.
Oh, easy,
And he says,
peasy.
and he continues. It continues. It says, "Your leaders have chosen to fight, but you do not have to. Anyone who flees these walls will be accepted into the armies of Endfrost with open arms, and get slammed by your chill touch for a meager amount of damage." But it just kind of like shuts up for a moment and says, "The offer stands, but when the walls fall, there will be no mercy." And then it turns around and starts to head out. And as it turns around, one arrow finally gets through the wind and hits it in the shoulder, and it doesn't even move. It just keeps going.
I'm gonna just take a look around, and first at the soldiers, and then inside the wall down at. I'm assuming all of the non-combatants are like cowering inside at the moment.
Yes, but this creature's voice kind of projected across the whole city.
Okay,
Carried on the blizzard.
I want to get a feel for the fucking hearts and minds. Get out of here with your hearts and minds, okay?
Well, never before has the city of Sudurhofn been this well armed and prepared. So there is some apprehension, uneasiness, but a general sense of unearned bravado among your fellow Barrowfolk. And of course, the Fjellfolk of the Great Mocked are unfazed.
Yeah, Hakon, just to make a show of it, Hakon is gonna say, "Are there any Fjellfolk that want to surrender? Not me!" And I'm gonna like clang my armor essentially, and I'm hoping that it waves across the entire.
Even though you shout out your challenge, you are familiar, but this is perhaps the first time some of the Sudurhofn people have witnessed this. The Fjellfolk have adopted a form of battle chant that they find to be very intimidating. It is
loads of fun.
They start to kind of recite a battle chant, just like reading from a page, very softly, but thousands of them at once. So the entire wall trickles out with this whispered giant, "Come at us, we're going to kill you."
That's goosebumps. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And in fact, all 10,000 mocked warriors are now whispering in unison a war chant that has blinded out all other sound because it has caused a deafening silence. All you can hear is the howling of wind and this throughout the entire city.
Oh, dang, I was hoping it was something else. I would have been cool with Ooga Chaka. Ooga Chaka.
Is there any sort of like cadence to it?
No, it's literally just a string of sentences, just like all in once, and it's just a constant noise, basically like a very scary white noise, just blanketing your city.
Or
in fact, your warriors are probably
service.
Yeah, very Baptist. If some of your warriors are now more afraid of the Fjellfolk than they are of the Endfrost.
Man, if we had drums.
I mean, you can get out the drums.
Let's get out the drums.
Hakon's having a really fun time.
Oh yeah, Hakon, you can.
I have a question
Hakon
for
would
Agnar.
almost want to jump over the wall and go.
And probably for Hakon too, because I know the answer for Bernhardt. Well, actually, Bernhardt's quite old, but I know the answer for Akulu. So everyone who isn't Akulu, has anyone been involved in a? No, Hakon. If Hakon has been involved in a siege, he'd be the one sieging. So have either of you ever been involved in a siege, Bernhardt or Agnar? And I'll tell you right now, this is the first time in your lifetime that Sudurhofn has ever been sieged.
I would assume that being out at the oh god, I can't remember the
Thorvi's Valley.
Yeah, out in Thorvi's Valley, they would have had to have dealt with raiders and whatnot.
Actually, Thorvi's Valley is renowned for being one of the safest places in Bjorn Mars.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, then Agnar's probably currently peeing down his left pant leg
because of the Fjellfolk.
Because of the Fjellfolk.
This would be the first time that Bernhardt has seen a siege above ground.
Cool. All right. In that case, Bernhardt, you may... I'll let you decide. You may be aware that this isn't going to end quickly. And it is unlikely that the Endfrost will attack today, or tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day.
Cool.
Yeah, we need a game plan, yo.
Well, how many ships do we have?
You have 6 longships because the 7th one is. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. All those longships in dock, they're not there. All your longships are returning from Yagshir right now, except for one, which is going to the Delmaray.
So we have no ships.
Currently, you have no longships. Yes.
Yeah, we don't need the ships that much. Have they? Other than that one guy, we haven't had any small skirmishes to test our defenses or anything like that.
No, they just attacked the Fjellfolk until they went back behind the wall, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
You're wrong, by the way, by not needing the ships, because we could have misplaced troops behind the enemy line through the shore. But that's fine. That's fine. We don't need...
It would have been really hard to do that in a blizzard.
Well, it would have been hard, but it would have been concealed.
I've never been in a blizzard.
Neither.
But I don't think you can row in one. And
you can row, it just sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks really bad, really hard.
I defer to the Canadians when talking about cold weather.
I can defer to them, but I'm just saying it would have been really, really hard to move troops like that.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying it would have been an option. But now it's not an option. So,
and a hypothetical option would be find where Scothy is and prove she's not a goddess by killing her.
Hi, evil little duck. Welcome to the stream. All right.
Yeah, well, that's game plan number 1, is finding where Scotty is. But in the blizzard, I'm fairly certain we don't see beyond like 100 feet of the wall.
I'm talking long con.
Are the enemy troops within 1,000 feet of us?
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, if we wanted to find this Cassie, I could find her.
I mean, yes. Head of the snake and all that.
Obviously, it's going to be very hard to get to her as we have to go through all these the snow goblins and the giants and the wolves and the other things there and the metal things. So it's not like it's going to be, oh, we know where she is now. We can just go over. Don't worry, we're just friends. We are happy time.
No, but we've got an army.
Daddy.
They also have an army.
I'm sorry.
Yes, but they have an army that needs to surround a castle. If you're telling us, and this is just an hypothetical situation, if you tell us she's north, we relocate a large amount of our troops north. They will have to relocate in a longer period of time their army to face our overwhelming force in that particular direction. This should open up a passage for us to get to Queen Scotty, assuming she's close. She might not even be here.
Yes, that is also a fear, is that she is not within 1,000 feet.
Well, I mean, if it's something we can do, and we know that she's either here or not here, let's do that. And then we can act upon that knowledge as we gain it, or not act, as the case may be.
Right, so that this will not be over in a day or two. It's just this war could be or siege could be weeks, months even. So just keep that in mind. They're probably going to let us starve or freeze first. Yeah, no, let's do this. Okay. And he closes his eyes and begins describing Kathy. And as he does so, the amulet around his neck begins to rise up of its own volition and begins pulling him towards the direction that she would be in if she is in fact within within 1,000 feet. As I cast locate. Oh, that's a 4th level. Yeah, it's a 4th level spell. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm on my 3rds. Locate creature. Huzzah. And luckily,
I have a feeling that spell's
going
to get a lot of play.
And luckily, it's a domain spell for me, so I always have it.
This is such an underrated spell.
Unfortunately. Our Lady Scathy is not within 1,000 feet of you. So your amulet just kind of drops back down.
Yep, goes up and then drops back down. He's like, oh, well, she is not within 1,000 feet. So that's a thing.
I mean, either way, that's good to know. So, but it does bring up another question, though. I wouldn't assume her to be directly on the front lines anyway, but is it possible that she has returned to her home realm to allow her armies to do the dirty work, safe and comforted by the trappings of her domain?
I mean, anything is possible.
I just have a feeling it's not as easy to move between as she would have us believe. Like everyone else with similar power, according to Hakon, still has to jump through a lot of hoops and can't reliably ensure that they'll be back, or can't communicate between the realms. Even the Mad King.
And information your characters have that the players may have forgotten, and if you didn't forget, good on you. I'm just reminding everybody else. The Fey entity in charge of the gate between worlds is not Scathy. It is the Lady of Mirrors.
Yes.
Right.
Just making sure everyone remembers that.
Yeah.
Sounds like you all did.
And the
I
Lady
believe
of
she's
Mirrors,
not really happy.
She's a neutral party, yes.
Yeah, she's not necessarily fond of Scotty either. She's not against her, but she's like, she keeps walking through my business, you know.
It's good that you remembered that.
She's probably at least in our dimension.
Well, I mean, that brings up a possible means of finding her.
I assume you guys are all gathered in the Modisbon Hall.
You cut out in the what? In the hall?
In the Hall of Modisbon.
Yeah.
All right. Ilva will approach you, and she's covered in a heavy, like 2 layers of furs. And she's like, whew, okay. King Agonar. We have a problem that is also 2 different problems, but they're both related.
All right. Hit me with the good news first.
Well, the good news is that the Legion brought enough provisions to feed their men for a month.
Okay.
The bad news is, now that we have 10,000 Fjellfolk within the walls, we only have provisions to feed our people for about a month. And then the badder news, most of it is in the form of grain, and our bakeries are concerned about getting enough heat to actually make bread.
One second.
Chat has a good point, by the way.
Oh. Check.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically Blinky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running
Forgot
water.
It is
about
due.
that.
He's right.
She's right. I can try to keep fires going, but let me see what else I can do.
Well, Jaken,
I can help. I can help the bakeries.
Okay, good. That still leaves us. If the army of the Endfrost are more supplied than we are, they don't have to fight us.
It will be a problem, but I mean like a solution for right now.
So half the problem has been solved by your magics, I assume.
Yeah, I can breathe fire, so we can.
Oh, well, that's helpful. How long? Is that just something?
I don't.
The scales.
Wow, presumptuous. I've trained in it.
Ooh.
But.
Sorry,
Yes.
I'm magically illiterate. I didn't mean any offense.
No, it's okay. I don't normally use it because I've used Raylath's abilities, but I can breathe fire, so I can keep the bakery running. I can work. It will only be kind of short shifts every day, but if we can get it going.
We could also reach out to the commander of the Legion forces and find out how many of his men and women
can use breath weapons.
They're flame dragonborn.
Can help with that as well.
Okay.
I mean, that's.
And another thing too is the Fjellfolk probably needed fire to cook meat up in the north, and they probably had to deal with blizzard, so they probably have tricks in regards to keeping a fire good, strong, and going to cook meat, which might help with keeping the bakery.
Your character would be very well versed that they usually resort to using caves, and whatever you don't eat that moment, they smoke.
Yeah, preserving.
Yeah,
but for hunting parties out in the wild that get caught in a blizzard, they might still need a fire that can roar hard enough in a blizzard.
True. Yeah, but then they would just build an igloo.
Yeah, they have techniques, but those techniques could definitely help the bakeries.
Yeah, we could be insulating walls with all this snow.
Yeah, yes, Blinky. We're not saying it's impossible. We're saying it's difficult. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us on our toes.
Blinky's just really mad that you corrected her spelling, so now she's here to...
Hey, you know what? That's fair. Fucking battle royale. I need to make a crowded emote for
Please
Twitch.
do.
Mixer needs emotes. Granted, there's no subscription service, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, no. I mean, Akulu, if you wanna reach out to the Naimans and kind of organize. I mean, I assume you'd kind of. Well, I mean, you'd be more expert to speak on that sort of thing than I would.
Yeah.
Plus, their native language is Draconic.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yeah, and they speak real purty, but I don't understand them.
Okay, yes, I can be point of contact for that. Do y'all need me here, or should I just go do that?
Yeah, just go chat with them. I appreciate you. You're the best. Stay safe. Take an extra jacket.
GG.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, Agnar's going to have word spread that, hey, anyone with any sort of experience in dealing with protracted sieges like this, feel free to reach out to your CO. The CO will pass that information along. Like, all ideas are good ideas.
Holy shit! Did I not make a book entry about the? I gotta go find it in my notes. Yeah, someone has.
So it would be a good idea.
Oh, go ahead.
To have those non-combatants taking the excess snow, and as was brought up by our arcane user, to insulate the walls of the bakeries, which also help keep the fires going. Basically build igloos on top of the structures already.
I like it.
Well, there is someone who has more experience than most people alive in dealing with sieges on either end. And that is First Orbrist Badurad Drag.
That was the Dragonborn commander with the thick thighs, right?
I think you kind of...
He had beefy legs, I remember.
Okay.
That's the only thing you remember.
No, I don't. That's not the only thing I remember. That's what stood out. It's like he had like Agnar totally would have been like, "Yo, you got to give me some tips on like the quads there, because wow."
He's getting them gains.
Right.
There, I added him to your journal. Badurad Drag. Yes, he is the commander of the Obsidian Legion. And he's got the inside scoop on sieges. And as he starts delivering his information, you actually kind of like, I don't know. I'll let your characters decide how you take this. But he's describing a lot of very specific instances, in which case, it seems that the Obsidian Legion has been involved in very recent conflicts involving toppling castles of eastern nations. Do with that what you will. As well as defending against counterattacks.
Wait. There's an east place as well?
Yes. The Eastern Realms.
And that is not the name in Empire.
Most of it is now.
But it was not. Okay, so there's the Namens. There is Vimeria. Is that also a place?
Yes, that's one of them.
And then there's the East, which is now the Namen Empire.
That's strangely acute.
Oh, so the Underdark could be anywhere. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, no, this is great.
I mean, I get it, but like, we're talking about Bernhardt here, so let's show a little bit of respect. He's handsome.
Sorry, my Northman is not perfect.
No, that's okay. So my home could be anywhere in this world, which is apparently much bigger than I thought. So this is good.
Not to stress you, but there's also the Southern Realms and the Western Realms.
Oh no, that's awesome. No, I'm so glad that's.
All right.
I'll tell you what. When we get done here, Bernie, I can show you the world.
Oh God. Okay, we're moving on.
Lead you wonder.
2 days later.
As long as it's shining and shimmering, I'm okay with this.
2 days later, your longships return, but one of them is missing.
I mean, you had one job, guys. How did we lost an entire boat?
Yeah, not just any. You lost Ilva's big one. The Lagola has been taken in a winter storm when crossing the strait between the Eastern Realms, the Isle of Yagshir, and back to Sudurhofn. Also, about half of the supplies they had brought on the other ships went overboard. Thanks for the follow.
Was it not tied down or anything? Is it just on the deck? I don't have much experience with the boats, but it seems like that would be something that you would want to do, is make sure that all stays on the boat. Am I wrong here?
Well, the captain's like, well, yes, it was tied down, but winter storms can be incredibly violent. Not to mention we took on water, and these crates are not exactly waterproof. If they're soaking in water for hours at a time, well, the grain is no good anymore.
Oh, okay. So, like I said, I'm not very familiar with the boats. There's not many lakes or rivers or oceans in the Underdark, so.
I've never been there, but it doesn't sound like it's got a lot of access to water.
No, it's underground. Well, I mean, it's just water. It's not like big areas of it. Like, so there's like a small streams. There's maybe a river like the size of the one that runs through this Sudurhofn. But
how far back does this set us?
Well, it doesn't put us back, but in total, you may have gotten a week more food for everyone. And
we're going to need to force them into action.
And an entire crew of Huskarls sunk to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, I did the math on that one. And the big boat.
Yep. Also, as you guys are talking about this, on either... Well, actually, you might not... From where you are on the docks, you won't be able to see this, but it appears that an unnatural ice is starting to encircle the harbor.
Well, that's just cheating. Tell them to stop using magic. Fight us like a man.
Or a fake goddess.
One second, actually. I'm going to double check.
You made it Daisy as a time, so could you maybe like control Sylvester with that hammer?
I don't feel like I could. I don't think it's a weather hammer. It's a mountain hammer.
Okay, so how does that make it days then? Mountains are not the sky?
I'll be honest, I'm not a magic user, Bernard. When that happened, I felt like I could do it. But now, not so much. It was like a sneeze. I just knew it had to happen.
I'm gonna punch his hammer and then regret it immediately.
Yeah, you are.
Akon is gonna look at you like you're a magic user, so he looks at you and like, oh, was something supposed to happen?
No, I was just frustrated with this thing. Seems like it does weather things, but not. So I thought maybe if I just was like, take that, it would make you feel like you could do something. But no, all it did was make my hand hurt. So.
Well, you do raise the point that it managed to turn night into day, so I would try to see what I can do.
So...
Anakon, unless needed, will try to meditate with his hammer. Like, literally sitting down, legs crossed, hammer in lap, and trying to figure out if there's
he's not
any...
sitting down. We all know what he's
in
doing.
Horse stance.
Horse stance.
It's not like snowing straight down, right? It's like windy and wild and gusty.
Yeah.
Damn, that really harshes my poison the camps until they start fighting us vibe.
Yeah, I reckon it would.
Yeah. I was just gonna vibe check all the camps. Yeah, if we want to do some kind of less Barafolk behavior, but more Aakulu behavior, I think one thing that could spur them to action is to make very small, concentrated efforts against... I don't know necessarily that they need supplies. Do they need to eat?
Well, even if they do need supplies, they have the supply lines of the rest of the north. Right.
Yeah. But if there was an effort to... we can't, we can't poison their water without also poisoning ours.
That's the problem with being besieged.
Mm-hmm. But if we wanted to spur them to action, I would make it harder for them to stay. Whether it's like Hakon had suggested, but instead of moving full troops, I would move a small contingency to the outside to kind of ruin things for them.
We could always try this and try to open either the east or west position, because a good thing about being encircled is that we can fire in all directions.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we can hire bandit troops to hit them.
Yeah.
There's nobody around anymore. They're all here.
They kind of cleared that.
Yeah.
Just wish I had access to my Thunderbirds, but I don't.
It's only been a few days and already Agnar's starting to go a little stir crazy with this.
I mean, you've got gods. Why don't you pray for the weather to change?
Yeah, do god things.
Yeah.
So Calder and I had a good chat about all of that, and he can't do anything on this.
Well, I mean, his name is Calder. Ask Hodder.
What?
Hodder.
Suddenly the ground opens up. And it swallows a con.
Yeah,
He wanted to meet Hodder, so he went straight to him.
Yeah, he and the other gods kind of can't do anything on this one. I hadn't like been completely forthcoming with all of you guys on everything we talked about, but I suppose now is better than never. This kind of thing happens from time to time. You know, like the mortal realm gets invaded by other realms, and like I guess a couple of times when it happened, like mortals got wiped out and then had to start all over again, and sometimes the mortals win. But this is a thing. It's kind of like a cycle, I guess, that just happens and happens and happens. And he and the other ones can't intervene because if we can't defend it, we don't deserve it, sort of thing.
No, I've also heard there's some sort of tournaments that happens. If we lose 10 of them, then we lose as well. It's tournaments based on Mortal Kombat.
Is that a JoJo reference?
No, it's a Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's better.
Yeah. But yeah, so
we need a scorpion.
Kind of, you know, this isn't just happening here.
Well, yeah, we knew that from our conversation with the dragons from the west.
Yeah, it's a little bit of it is happening everywhere. That's why the new gods picked the regions that they picked to see over those people, to kind of help guide them beforehand, like set things into motion so that we are able to defend ourselves, but they can't get directly involved. I'm not sure. But we're kind of, I mean, the fate of all mortals in the entire world may or may not depend on us right now.
Third day of the siege.
Yeah.
Laying it on.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything before because, you know, like, I didn't want to stress anyone out. I know everyone.
I kind of
things going.
I had been kind of joking when I said that every single time we talked about this, but I did get used to saying it. So at least
it's legit. Yeah, no. So I'm gonna need you to stop spouting off self-fulfilling prophecies. If that would be okay.
That's a full stop on calling it.
It's just part of my magic, bro.
Yeah, no, we're not doing phrasing anymore. Thing that we're not doing.
So aside from saying that all of this is essentially for almost nothing, how about we come back to actually clearing the situation?
Well, actually, I don't remember if Agnar remembered, but your god also said that if you win, you'll break the cycle. So it's not for nothing.
Yeah, no. Again, he's not filling everything in here yet.
Got it. I just want to make sure you remember. So if you're holding information, it's on purpose.
Well, and it's the whole I'll tell you when you're older withholding information. Like,
need to know.
Yeah. It's like I said, there's a lot going on. I don't want to overburden anyone, that sort of thing.
Well, while you're talking about this, I am willing to test those siege defenses.
What are you going to do, attack them?
Yes. The Fjellfolk knows one thing well, and it's to fight. I'm thinking we could pick a side, east or west, and see how strong of a siege they have going on.
But are you thinking?
Thinking about what?
I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. That's a whole lot of them out there. That if we're in here, we're kind of good with it. If we go out there, there's a lot more of them than there are.
Did we ever get a way to contact the Mad King? The Moon King that we set free?
Well, he kind of just teleported away.
Yeah.
He booped Gaga.
He did. He really did. No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying we need to be very that because just throwing warriors against a wall to see if it breaks.
Well, they don't have walls yet. The longer we wait, the more they'll be fortified on the outside of these walls. If we decide to go to make a sally, and I'm just telling you, the options on the table, I know that if I order the Mact to attack one side, they will gladly. That's what they do the best. And my warriors, although they've learned by hanging out with the bear folks, are starting to be more organized. They're still quite disorganized to be like a solid wall for themselves. Yes. Cool.
He's becoming such a good leader. I'm not totally against Takon's plan. I think we need more planning, but we could use a half-mocked, just a small contingency, a strike team, if you will, to kind of bait them into doing something.
Absolutely.
But
I don't disagree.
I would say...
Is it just the four of you talking about this?
Agnar?
We're going to say yes. At this point, it's just the four of us.
Carry on.
But also, I would want to get the Jarls and things into it. I want to... If we were going to bait them, we need to be prepared to lay the trap on that side. There would be a lot more planning, and it wouldn't just be, let's send a mocked out.
Well, I mean, then there's also the... I know this kind of got swept under the rug with the whole, I guess I have to kill the king now. But there was the initial plan that we were going to try and get the king to keep everyone in here and keep them safe while we went out to actively cut the head off the snake.
I still want to do that, but...
Right. I'm saying, if we're going to draw them into attacking before they're ready to attack, that would be the time to enact
the plan.
Yes. Operation Zero-Headed Snake.
Nailed it.
I find that to be kind of insensitive.
Yeah.
But
I know, right?
The thing is I think we'll have to goad them into an attack because they know they have us by food.
Yeah,
that's a clear sign. So
I was just backing you up. I was backing you up on, hey, we should strike at them until they are, angry.
Well, okay, so
kick the hornet's nest.
So let's absolutely start getting this planned out. In the meantime, let's get the forces here prepared for it.
Hakan, let's locate Scothy.
Right. Well, for that, I think we're going to need to reach out to some of our friends among the Fae.
Nobody's friends with the Fae.
Well,
allies?
The Moon King, the Lady of Mirrors.
Yeah, you know how to contact them?
I'm not the one in tune with the magic. So
bullshit.
Voluntold. That's that right there. That is definitively an Aakulu and Bernhardt assignment. And the organizing the movements of mere mortals and warriors is a king and Grand Mocked. assignment.
So have we thought of maybe just surrendering?
Okay, good question.
She did offer.
No, good question. Absolutely good question. Valid question. Yes, the thought crossed my mind. But like I said, after the conversation with Calder, it is like if we don't stop this, it's the end of literally everything for us.
And Bernard, I do not mean to sound harsh in my case. Surrendering seems like it's going to be a death sentence, and a Fjellfolk that dies without fighting is a Fjellfolk that dies without honor. I would rather die fighting than surrender. Which doesn't stop the Bearfolk from surrendering, but us Fjellfolk will not stop.
I mean, this would be something to see. I mean, now they have us by the balls, as they say, and we have no real plan. I mean, we can talk as much as we want, but right now our plan is to maybe find a way to talk to people who are not our friends, as much as we like to think. Maybe the Mad Moon King, whatever his name is maybe our friend, because we set him free, but not really. Like when he was last here, he made it night for a long time. The Lady of Mirrors, I don't want her involved at all. Last time she was here doing things, I went somewhere that, while informative, was very scary and not what was supposed to happen. So,
well, why don't you call the god you made up? Why can't your son help?
Old Bernhard Jr.
That is something that I've thought of as well.
Because this is we spoke with the representatives from the West, right? The people like me. And didn't they say that part of the reason all of this was happening is because the world was out of alignment and out of order? And someone likes to talk a lot about how order is how things should be and how there's power and grace and order, and that they made a god all about order. So we could do that instead of killing all of mortal kind.
I mean, we didn't make him out of order. We made him because we figured out what order was. Small thing, but no, I have tried getting the help of this being that I don't even know the name of, but I'm not very I don't know how I'm supposed to talk to it. I've only seen it once, and that was when the mirror thing happened, or the stone thing, whatever you want to call it. And then I ended up at the place as curator. So I'm trying to. Don't get me wrong, but it's not exactly. It's not like I can just call them up and be like, "Hey, I'm calling you from this mountaintop, so maybe you should come here and help us." It's more like me shouting in. It's me finding this god to help. It's like me finding the underdog. I just keep figuring out that this is smaller and smaller chance.
What Bernhard, I know you say it doesn't work like that, but have you tried?
Have I tried what? Just calling from a mountaintop?
Or anything like Calder answered.
You tried?
I mean, I pray, I guess, every night, and nothing has come from that. So
no, but just be like, yo, order guy, we kind of need to chat. So let's do that, because that's, I mean, kind of almost word for word with. I mean, it may work differently. I don't know how your deals with all of that. I just know that's what worked for me with Calder.
Yo, order guy, we need to talk.
I want to clarify. I'm sorry, Bernard. I wasn't necessarily being. A lot of that was rhetorical kind of a, well, why don't you do something about it, roast. Useful information, thank you. But also, Mr. I created a god won't stop talking about it. Maybe do something useful with that. Oh, we are trying to prevent the end of the world.
Hey. I get it. Things are tense. Let's take a breath. Maybe hug it out.
I don't do hugs, you know that.
I know. It's a turn of phrase in this particular case, like maybe like high five, or just whatever. Get it, it's tense. Let's slow down a bit here. Bernhardt, I get where you're coming from. We do have a plan. It is not a spectacular plan. It is not a full out plan. A plan of an order. I know Hakan is gnawing through the floorboards, wanting to get out there and fight something. yeah, it was. I mean, his
also he did not respond. Just so you know.
Okay.
I thought of something. Akulu. I could, if given a day, I could pray for something, and we could call up your daddy.
Yeah, I mean, we could try.
No, I don't know him, so that would work. If I knew what he looked like, or if I knew him, I could do that, I think. But I don't know what he looks like. Do you know what he looks like?
Are you talking about the dragon or the dragon of the east winds out west? Because it was pretty clear that the help I got was this. I am more powerful, substantially.
I was speaking of the dragons of the wind.
Yes, but there is another dragon that I'm sure is incredibly uncomfortable with the state Scothy has put things in. He did kill Raylath, though.
Oh, that dragon.
Yes, that dragon. And we know his name. His name is Ogahuru Maktara.
Yeah.
Say it 3 times very quickly.
It's super easy to pronounce.
You said it was Ogahuru Maktara?
There you go.
Or just Maktara?
Holy shit! How did you say it?
I used to sing opera. I could do it.
First try.
Ogahuru Maktara.
No, Maktara.
Just Maktara? That's what I was asking. I was like, is it Maktara or Maktar?
Okay.
Because I added an at the end.
With my French accent, I'm not even going to try.
It's funny. I won't even try French.
Just thinking, I need to be familiar with the person I speak to, that I send the message with, so that is not going to.
Yeah. That would tempting Ogahuru Maktar out would be a huge gamble. So let's just keep that in our back pocket.
Well,
I already got the blessing of my guy. And I'm not relying on any fickle gods.
I have a hammer. But
if that Raylath is here, we could maybe lure this Ogahuru Maktar out with this Raylath again.
We could. This fake Raylath.
What?
Be like, oh, you thought you killed him? Obviously not.
That's pretty good.
Honestly, I'm not sure what would be worse than Frost on that dragon. That dragon hit hard.
Yeah. Chunky's also roll.
But Akon would kind of raise his hand and say, I've thought about it, and the river is not entirely frozen, so it would be very hard to cross, meaning it's a natural obstacle between the 2 sides of the siege. Again, this is not I want to do it, this is just a suggestion. If we put out enough warriors on the west side, I believe, hold on, wait, west side. I got the right one. On the west side, we could take over the west side before they could react and move additional.
I say that's the side we go.
Yeah, it's a little bit more bottleneck there.
And then if we create that bottleneck, we go to one side, then we go out to chop off a snake head, apparently.
Also, it would be hard for us to traverse this frozen river or partially frozen river, but what about the giants and the snow goblins and the other thing? Are they?
Well, we did deconstruct the bridges on that side. It's not hard for us to traverse the river within the city walls. We've got bridges.
No, I just mean it's like, are they going to be impeded by the river at all, or is they going to be like, oh, this is like walking normal?
Well, I'm assuming that a giant trying to cross the river on a normal day would probably have an okay time. However, I'm not sure if you've ever received a rushing ice sheet into the knees, but it tends to hurt a lot.
No, I have not seen ice in snow until I came up here 40 years ago, so I've not been getting sheeted.
Yeah, sheet.
But I would
get sheet on.
I would presume that maybe the larger units would have an easier time crossing the river, but the smaller ones would have almost no chance. So at worst, they could move their giants across.
It would slow them down.
Oh, the ominous voice in the sky has his answer.
Yes, you ominous voice in the sky with your hand up.
Suddenly, without warning, you are all reminded of something happened just today when a giant artificial ice wall was formed around your bay.
Yes, but right now it's not there.
No,
so
it is there.
No,
but it's not on the
wall,
river.
The wall around the bay is, but it's not on the river, so they would need to prep the... I'm not magical! I don't like this thing. I want to attack, and it doesn't work. Misters do the ominous voice in the sky is using total whammy 2 magic.
Hey, if you want to attack, go attack.
Don't say it like this. Like, all right, fine. Jacob's got his hoops in.
Just behind the microphone. Just I don't have an opinion of my own. Just whatever you want to do.
Yeah, me either, Vegas. Let's get the opinion of others, obviously. But if our plan is to go to a side, we can choose a side later. We need to start, referring with your counselors and etc. And we need to locate Scothy, which means, I don't know, taking Bernard around every once in a while and having him try again from a different location.
All right. So to recap, you guys want to bait the armies of Endfrost into attacking you before you run out of supplies.
Yes.
When you say it like that.
And you want to locate and then assassinate Scothy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are
or plan B that I can propose this to break one side so that you have opening for supply. That's another.
Oh, me counting on my fingers just reminded me. This morning, my son was naming off the things he wanted this morning, and he kind of like this. He said, "I want a napkin. I want a spoon. I can't even do it the way he did. I want a bowl of cereal, and I want a cup of milk." And he did it like that. I don't know why he counted like that. 4-year-olds.
Yep.
Has he ever been in trouble for flipping someone the bird?
No.
No?
He has said every curse word in the book, but, we don't flip people off.
Well, my youngest got in trouble for that at school last week.
That does not surprise me.
To be fair, I'm not going to get into the full story. She got after we had the discussion on why we why we won't do that to adults, she got a high five.
Yeah.
All right.
We've had that conversation with my niece.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to derail. Let's get back on track. I got us off track. I'm putting you back on.
Do we have a track?
I mean,
okay, well,
the weather will
I can
even
expedite
out
things.
if we kill Scothy.
Your lords don't know. They are indecisive. They don't want to risk a counterattack because that can go really wrong really fast.
Mm-hmm.
However, they also are on board with the idea of baiting out an attack. However, one person, Clacker, says, I think we should just hold position until Cabian gets back. And if he doesn't get back before we need to make a decision or we'll run out of food, then we can try something a little more drastic.
I mean, I wasn't saying do it today.
Well, I was saying kind of do it sooner rather than later.
First,
because
the mock charges.
Yeah, well, it's not that I want to go into a suicide attack. Obviously, yes, the Mac would be happy to just die fighting, but that's not the point. The point is, the longer we wait, the more they can build fortifications.
We need information before we can do anything. So for now, the plan should be locate Scothy on our end. And also, we can't make the decision to bait out an attack and risk that many lives without the full support of the Thanes and the Jarl.
Well, First Orbrist Dreag says that among his legion are some of the finest scouts in the entire Naaman Empire.
See, there we go.
And so if it's information you want, at night he can send out some of his scouts to get the lay of the enemy's camps and try to see if they can spot the Ice Queen.
Is Raylath with the Naamans also? Vegas was asking. I thought he was coming back with them, but I wasn't sure.
Perhaps.
Hate that.
Hakon will add to Oberst's suggestion that the scouts also look out for siege engines if they're building towers or rams.
So do you guys want
to
fast forward till the scouts give their report?
Yeah. Right. If we weren't planning on using locate person anymore during the week.
So fun thing about the locate person that I didn't realize till after the first casting is if she is on the west side, I am completely fucked.
Yeah,
because it can't cross the river. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, I was thinking we would just over the course of the week, on one day, you be on the west side and try it from that far wall, and then move along the wall. It wouldn't be in one day. We're gonna try and find her.
No, I get that, but even with moving, there's the the northwest folks that maybe it'd be really hard to get this group within range without crossing that river, and that's the hard part.
You wouldn't be able to get them from here, I guess.
Okay, guys. That being said, I'd like to get to the scout report.
Yeah.
Okay, just so we're not spinning our wheels. After 3 days, the scouts have compiled enough information that they want to present it to the Lord Council. They inform you that they have not spotted anyone who could look like the Snow Queen. However, they have identified approximately 60 what appear to be Fey Snow Witches. About a dozen or in each camp seem to be the leadership. In tandem with about a dozen in each camp, Frost Giants. They seem to be of equal rank in the hierarchy, and they all seem to answer to the singular misshapen multi-headed frost giant. However, his whereabouts are so far irregular. At times he's not anywhere to be seen. But he carries with him the authority and voice of Scathy to the rest of the troops. They also tell you that in addition to the frost giants and ice maidens, there are dozens of smaller giants, a couple thousand winter wolves, a couple thousand large animated armors, a couple thousand troll folk, and the bulk of their army is snow goblins.
God's damned snow goblins.
And as upon Hakon's request, they also report that one of the camps, specifically this camp, have a trio. Stop that! They have a trio of squat giants that seem to be working day and night in building siege weapons. They also appear to be responsible for maintaining the constructs.
Ooh. That's interesting information.
They are well guarded.
Okay. So we have multiple potential targets. If we were to take one of the groups and wipe out their Fey witches and giant leadership, that would leave that group hopefully in somewhat of disarray. That might draw out the multi-headed giant thing, and hence another target. But then that one, basically, as the worst one to attack is where the siege weapons are being built. Wonderful, lovely, okay.
Almost like they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
They do report that the siege weapons they appear to be building are what look to be small scorpion-style ballista. Battering, and they look like they're cutting down trees for a very large battering ram.
Mm-hmm.
And they are also working on some mangonel catapults. I have not seen your flashlight, son.
The thing is they're building the catapults and stuff like that, but as the scouts have said, they are responsible for the constructs and maintaining them.
Yes.
Taking these super high value target out removes a very strong amount of unit from their pool.
Right.
It is about break time, and I would like to progress to the next stage of the story.
Okay.
So I assume your characters are okay to be in a holding pattern for a while.
Right. Yeah, we're basically just processing the information until, like Clacker said, till Kabian gets back and we find out if we have the elves.
The 10th day, so we're half a month into the siege. Reports come in that ships have been spotted beyond the ice barrier. And as you guys arrive at the piers, you arrive just in time to see Del Marais icebreakers smash through the barrier. 12 ships.
Yes.
One of the larger ships, accompanied by Kabian's longship, pulls up to harbor. And now I'm going to go ahead and pop those bad... Dude, I don't know I think I just need to refresh roll 20. I'm going to do that. Roll 20 is just getting sluggy and sluggy ever since I started editing those tokens. I don't know why.
Okay. So, but that's what happens pre-break.
Yeah, so, standing on the edge of his ship, holding onto one of the, those, what do you call them? Rope ladder things that go up. I don't know ships. Don't at me. Is Commodore Sino Ramberti with a big smile on his face. And that is where we're going to go ahead and go to break.
Okay.
And yeah, so when we get back, you guys can meet with Kabian and Sino Ramberti, and perhaps more. And that's my little daughter, I assume. All right,
Yes.
and roll 20 is once again working as it should, so that's good. All right, so we'll be back, and the siege will properly kick off here after the break. We'll be back at 15 after-ish, and things are going to really kick off. So if you're looking forward to that, stick around. We will be back. Don't go anywhere. And thanks for tuning in. Hello, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. And Vegas is doing something.
Yeah.
Yep, that's happening.
That's Vegas.
One thing I forgot to do was refill my olive oil.
Oh.
Here's hoping I don't run out. You don't have to. That wasn't a.
Here's hoping Jakin runs out of his.
No,
I horse of his evil power.
I have a great wife who heard that and grabbed it and went downstairs.
Damn it!
Yeah. So, Sino Ramberti jumps gracefully off of the ship as it pulls up along the pier, and saunters over to where you guys are.
Hey. Welcome to Sudurhofn.
Ah, see. Your Kabian was telling me so much about you. You are King Agnar, yeah?
CC.
No, Sino Ramberti, Commodore of this fleet.
Ah, I was trying to. Yeah. Commodore Ramberti, welcome to Sudurhofn. Glad to have you here.
No doubt. We are also opening a way of supply line. I have 4 more ships who are fishing. I hope your people like fish.
I could kiss you right now, but hopefully you'll make do with a hug.
I do wish to inform you that though we have come to save the great humans of Sudurhofn, we do not want to overcommit ourselves. So we will defend the ships.
Understood.
We will defend the harbor, but consider us aid, but not reinforcements.
You're getting a hug anyway. Bring it in.
Ah, molto bene. All right.
Okay, that takes care of food for now. A little bit.
So, pretty bad weather we're having.
It's. I mean, the closest I could think of would be the Bernhardt. Was it 64 or 65? The whiteout.
You know, I actually have the years, and if it were 64 and 65, you would be ancient.
Okay, well,
because it is currently 1252.
Oh, okay. Was it 44 or 45? That was the whiteout.
I think it was 45. 44
Yeah.
was the bear, so I think it was the year after.
Right, yeah, but at the dwarfenage. Okay, yeah. Okay, yep. we haven't had weather like this in years.
Well, assuming you are not knee-deep in goblin blood and entrails, I would like to hear all of your crazy stories tonight in my cabin for dinner. I insist, unless you are, stabby, stabby, killy, killy.
I don't think there'll be a lot of stabby, stabby, killy. Yeah, I would. I mean, I would be happy to. I don't want to speak for my advisors, my friends.
Oh, that's very good. Well, I believe you and your friend Gabian have some catching up to do. I shall be on my ship.
Wonderful.
And if it's all right with you, I wish to stay docked here for, ease of the communication.
By all means.
That's very good. That's very good. Well, ciao. Try not to die.
Thanks. You too. Kabian.
Kabian is just making his way over to you. Looking a little stoic.
Kabian, my boy.
My king. It worked.
Smile. Yes, smile. What did you promise them?
Believe it or not, the Del Marais didn't ask for anything.
That's slightly more frightening.
A little disconcerting.
Okay.
But they weren't alone when I met them.
Oh?
There was someone with them?
Who was with them?
He reaches behind, opens one of the satchels on his belt, and he says, "Well, believe it or not," and he pulls out a rolled parchment. Actually, it's inside of a map case kind of thing, but he starts to uncork it, and he says, "Fenrir."
God damn it! Where is he?
I assume he's gathering his things, and he'll be along shortly.
I'm gonna kill him if he comes in.
He was uncharacteristically unchatty, but he did hand me this before I left, and he told me to give it to you. And he pulls out what appears to be a letter, and he hands it to you.
Seal broken, letter opened, reading.
All right. PR, would you like to read it aloud?
Sure.
You guys can follow along on your screen there. Give him a sec to slip back into character.
Hey, gang. Long time no see. Or talk. Or, right? Whatever it is. Seems you guys have been pretty busy. Kavian told me a bunch of stuff, and whoo! Seems like things are getting crazy over there. I hear Hakan is the leader of a Mocht. He even made the sunrise when we had that long night. Hakan, that's pretty impressive. Even more so than ripping a giant chain out of a wall. I knew that you were just destined for great things. Hoping you and your brother made some peace and aren't fighting, as he's a pretty tough guy. But you could probably take him. Uncle, really long time, man. Glad that you are finally... Let's try that again in English. Glad that you finally came back to us. And now you are king? Look at you go. Father would be really impressed to hear that. Next time I see him, I will definitely tell him. Or maybe I don't have to. I'm not sure how this all works, but when I see him next, I'll tell him that you are king of our people. I want to thank you for everything you taught me before you left. I still keep those lessons in my heart. And then there's a line through it. Ku, a line through that. Kulu, spelled completely wrong. I'm glad to see that you didn't take off once I left. I knew that you would stick around after I left, and I'm glad to see that I was right. You once told me that you needed me to protect you, but you had it all wrong. You were the one that was always protecting me, and for that, I want to say thank you. Without you, I would have died many, many, many times ago. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. So you may be wondering why I left. And I owe it to you to explain. For my entire life, I was expected to be certain things, to do things that I really didn't care for, even before I became Jarl. I lived my life according to the will of others, and after that last day, I learned that I was not the type of man to perform the job that was needed of me. I cannot sacrifice others when there's always another way to try. So I left. I knew that I wasn't the guy to make the choices, but didn't know what kind of guy I really was. I need to find myself, and honestly, I'm still searching. So I went and found the elf pirates and have been having a good time. So don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. I even made a friend. His name is Bitey. It's pretty cool. When I first met him, he tried to eat me because he's a shark. So I had to wrestle him into submission and brought him back to the boat. It took a few days, but now we're best friends. He only tries to bite me every once in a while, so that's progress. He's a good listener and a lot of fun to hang out with. We fish together and play together, so that's really fun. Anyways, I have a hand cramp now from writing so much, so I'm gonna have to leave it here. Maybe one day I'll be able to return to you guys, but first I need to figure out who I really am. So until then, you will all be in my heart. Fenrir.
Fuck you. Fuck the both of you.
I didn't do it.
That's legit. Like Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, man tear trying to get sucked back up into the tear duct. I don't know how to respond to that in character, so I'm not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not really a return address.
I do know how I'm going to respond to that in character. You get done reading that, roll it up, hand it over. I mean, obviously, everyone gets a chance to read it. And then I'm going to punch KB in the face.
Okay. Oh, what the? Why?
You left him with a shark?
I didn't. What shark? I didn't see a shark the whole time I was there. Oh.
All right. Not your fault.
I mean, you didn't bring him back.
I know where he is. I can go get him. Ow.
Yeah, that's you're. I'm sorry. You're gonna come here. And I'll just lay on hands on it, like awkwardly on his face.
Well, thanks. Could have just skipped the middleman and not punched me. My liege.
When we're done with this, we're going back for him.
Speaking of this, looks like we're under siege.
Accurate.
No shit.
Your powers of observation are growing.
Well, I don't know how the supply situation looks. Probably grim, but these Delmaray ships are laden with goods.
Well, that's
as is the longship you loaned me. Granted, we didn't have a whole lot of room.
Less grim now. Thank you. Exposition. And just lay it all out on him.
Okay. Well, now I'm brought up to speed.
Ain't that magical?
So, I mean, they're probably well aware of the Delmaray fleet. And they know that we can break through their ice thing. I assume that was them. Perfect half circle around the harbor.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So, if you were hoping to bait them into attacking us, they might pretty soon, now that we have a supply line.
Right.
I'll go get reacquainted with my men.
Not yet.
Oh, what?
Hang out a second.
Okay.
All right. Closest friends and advisors.
Tiad is somehow there. Yeah.
Oh, good. You can
say friends.
You can break the tie if necessary. Awesome.
Yeah, it's like really cold.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to postpone Thursdays for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. Do your thing, man.
Oh no, that's okay.
For those just tuning in, Tiad is an alehouse drake who sounds like a surfer dude.
Yep. And potentially Agnar's best non-humanoid friend in the world.
Potentially.
Yeah, there's no potential to it. So we've been banging our heads against the wall here, and trying to figure out a definitive course of action. This is not my bag. I'm not good at these sorts of decisions. So, thoughts on putting Kabian in charge of the movements of the troops and whatnot?
No, don't give up your player agency.
Because we don't have a location on Scothi, are we just planning on targeting someone else?
Well, that's since we haven't been able to get a location on. I'm thinking our best course of action for the four of us is going to be. Hold on, I got you right in the middle of a sentence. I think the best course of action for us is focusing our efforts there, getting a location on her. We've been kind of leaving that up to scouts and spies
we could torture that big multi-headed thing. Yeah, Hakon?
Akulu has the right thing. The scout said that the multi-headed thing seems to be the one that carries the voice of Scotty. If we get him out of the picture, Scotty will have.
But I'm saying goading an attack was supposed to be our cover for assassinating Scott.
Right.
And if we goad the attack to assassinate this guy, then we don't have a cover for assassinating Scott. So do we go try to handle him in like a smaller skirmish before large goading? We also need to handle the guys who are building sieges.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts, Bernhardt?
So, I mean...
Did you start that over?
Normally,
sorry.
This is not normally my wheelhouse. So, normally, when there was the sieges in Kandimanspiel, I was just hiding for my life. So this is a first for me.
Me too.
Kabian, thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, you guys said that the multi-headed giant is never in the same place twice. How are you guys gonna get him?
So there was an initial idea thrown out there. Each of the camps has a dozen or so witches and giants leading them in some sort of war council. And then they report to the multi-headed giant.
Oh, so you're gonna kill a lot of guys.
If we take out the head council of one of the camps, that may draw the multi-headed giant out to reassert some form of order over that camp.
Okay.
It's a multi-staged plan.
And then we got the siege engine thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's just kind of a matter of what can we do right now? What's more important? And if they align, we do that.
I think if we take out the siege engine thing, that could be the thing to draw the multi-headed giant out.
Also valid.
But those giants are heavily guarded.
Yeah. What? I didn't realize we were gonna end an entire war in a day, guys.
No, I guess we'll just have to wait for an opportunity to break their lines. But the only way to do that is to get hit. Got any more of that healing magic?
You got Fenrir with you?
All I'm saying is...
Didn't even have to give you the letter.
Look, we could fight about this later.
Yeah. This domestic is a little odd. We can't get Fenrir back anyway if the whole world ends and he and his pet shark die as well. So we're gonna focus in. And come up with a plan for attacking the giants that build the siege engines. When we talk heavily guarded, are we talking they're in the very center of the camp of soldiers?
Yeah, with frost giants and those fey witches basically in a circle around them.
Do we think the Legion could work as a spear to drive us in there?
Wedge right into the middle of it.
It's potential, but given how far they'd have to push out, and like Agnar said in the very beginning, it's the worst camp to attack.
Yeah, which camp is that again? You said it's
top right.
Top right, this one?
Yep.
Hakon, do you want to read that plan out loud?
So one of Akon's proposition is, one, we locate the creature. We use locate creature on the multi-headed giant since we know how he looks, so it should be doable until it coincides with when he's in the siege camp.
There.
Then we push out to their lines, and we push out in a line in that camp's direction with a large strike force to be determined. We use the distraction of the battlefield for us, meaning the party, to skirt the battlefield if possible and hunt down that multi-headed giant, and then we kill or capture him. Bonus step 1, if we somehow gain some advantage, damage or sabotage the siege engine. Bonus step 2, also kill the giants that maintain the constructs and the siege engines.
Well, considering I always go to 1,000-point achievement in my Xbox games, we are absolutely going for the bonus objectives. Gotta get those chiefs.
As the problem with that is attacking that camp is other forces would see us pushing out and would then push in
Close
and surround
in.
us. Yeah.
Well, yes. So in that particular case, what then is we would have to send other distraction forces out to spread the two camps beside it, to spread them in the other direction first, draw them away.
But there are 3 camps.
Right. So if let's say if we send a force towards the camp just north of the Bells district, and then we send out a force to the one just east of where Ragna's Shrine used to be. Draw those 2 camps in, and then we push into the siege camp.
You guys want? I mean, I'd probably lag out my fucking...
No, don't. I'm just trying to figure out a
I can give you control of all those pieces so you can move them around like you're sitting over a map. And...
No, we don't want to lag it out.
You can just use draw tools and that'll work too.
See, the problem is once we push out towards this, the ones with the siege engines, is whatever force we send to the side here of the east near Ragna's Shrine or where it was, they have 2 forces that will push up. So it is not. It's.
Yes, Bernard, but no siege engine, so a smaller force should be able to hold.
Kabian, since he's present, says there is one thing that you may be, what's the word I'm looking for, overlooking, is that even though, if we sally out, they won't expect it, and even if we engage as many of the enemy camps as possible, we have a very real problem of there are only 3 ways into the city, and if any of those 3 ways get cut off, it'll be a massacre.
Also, while we do have very strong forces, they also have giants, which giants are scary. I mean,
we also have the Del Marais, which can kind of drive us around to the backside, right?
Talking with the Commodore, he doesn't want to get involved any more than he already has. He'll commit his men to defend his ships, and that's it. I mean, he's doing this completely pro bono, so...
Yeah.
Right, but now that they've broken through the ice wall,
we have options.
We've got our ships that we can do that with as well.
Yeah, we have 7 long ships.
Yeah, we could drop a fairly large force.
Our long ships are not as large as the Del Marais ships. We can move less than 400 men at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking strike team numbers.
Right.
But once again, a strike team is going to assuming that's as 5,000 per camp. So 400 to 5,000 is a very small percent.
Well, but it wouldn't just be that 400. No, so you drop them up behind. You get their attention behind them, and then you just barge out with a large force coming out of the Copper Gate.
This is not at all what I was talking about. No.
See, and this is like I said, this is not.
I'm saying only small force and not fight the whole camp. Get small things done over a long period of time.
Jacob, can you bring us to the world map?
The world map? I can indeed.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Or even if it's just me, because you could just pop me over.
Oh, well, I popped the whole group over, but the audience is still looking at the. Well, I guess you just want to look at it for names?
More so for how easy it would be for us. Yeah, no, we can't really take a ship around to anywhere other than going through a river, which brings us near 2 camps.
Yeah.
Trying to get behind them, I mean, that would be going to Warrenhofen, maybe, and then it'd be like a 3-day march back.
I mean, I was thinking we get like over here and I thunderstep us onto shore, but.
So just the 4 of us?
Yeah, I was talking very small.
Also, just so you know, that thunderstep does make a really loud boom.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of the opposite of stealth.
But, like, if there were a way for us to just very small, or, there's a fort over here. Like, right there.
What's that? Fort Grunt?
Mm-hmm.
Shepherd.
But
well, it looks like it's Fort Grunt.
It's Fort Grunt with 2 Ns, yeah. It means something in Icelandic. I don't remember.
But even then, I'm like, y'all keep talking about forces of 400, and I'm talking like very small team of like spies.
Yeah.
Assassins. Assassins aren't groups of 400. If we're trying to assassinate someone, we don't send 5,000 troops out.
No, I understand that.
To assassinate 1,000, you would. Yeah. 4-1.
There's also
good, but we're not 5,000 good. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not planning on slaughtering 5,000, but
we need a plan.
You're right, but also, just shortly after Agnar says that, a powerful horn blast projects from one of the Endfrost camps.
isn't that the horn?
Well, as long as the Iron Hall doesn't explode.
Yeah, but now they're gonna know that the Iron Hall didn't explode. Oh no, that sound can only be heard from 300 feet away. I was thinking I should go over there and just make a lot of noise so that they think it worked.
Kavian is like on edge and has his hand on his sword, and he's like, "That doesn't sound good."
No, it's fine. We expected this.
No.
Should I head over to the Iron Hall and make some noise? It won't be as loud as they expected.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Yeah, just try it.
Cool.
What do we have to lose?
That you want to head over there and make some noise?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like cast some thunderous booms, trying not to damage the Iron Hall in particular.
When you say cast thunderous booms, are we talking spell slots or cantrips?
No, I don't have a cantrip that can do that. Okay. I was gonna just like cast Thunder Wave a couple times, like twice. I've got the spell slots. I mean, Prestidigitation doesn't provide that large of a noise, and I don't have.
I mean, you could also get closer to the wall to cast it. Sorry to cut you off, Jacob.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I can. I mean, it doesn't travel very far, but I like. Oh no, there was noise. That must have been
just tell me how many spell slots you're using. 2. Okay. As you guys converge in the Iron Hall, and Aakulu makes her attempt at
subterfuge.
Guile. Yeah, subterfuge. Reports start filtering through. Because, I mean, literally, you can just, like, just talk to the guy next to you, and eventually the message will reach the people in charge because of how crowded the city is. Several of the Endfrost camps are mobilizing. From the reports, it appears that... Oh, I actually have a thing for this. These are the areas that are about to get hit. Why can't I select? There you are. Look at that, I'm prepared.
Where do you want us, King?
All right.
The
flow, I reckon, how this would go is first, you guys as a group would decide how many, if any, cohorts you wish to redirect from the center, and then you guys as a party will decide where you want to go, if you want to go.
I'm saying.
What are we? When you point this out, is it safe to assume that it's one camp per line you drew, or is it up in the air? We have no.
You have no idea. It's kind of hard to count them as they come out.
Yeah.
But at least 3 camps are attacking.
I'm saying cohorts. Obviously, I'm not in charge, but cohorts towards.
It's a group thing, so yeah.
The High Shore district, and then us with like 1 cohort, maybe 2 over at the Copper Bridge, because it's going to get hit harder.
Yeah, Coppergate's getting hit harder. I'm also worried about the Bell's Gate.
Okay, well, currently no enemy has left the tree line.
Currently.
Right.
But that's where their siege engines are. Is up there. Actually, no. Their siege engines are a direct line into the wall around the...
And I should, just in case I need to refresh anyone's memory, these outer walls are wooden, except for the outer wall around Modismon Castle. That is all stone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like sending... What do we got? 2,200, 2,000, 2,000. So, I feel like sending 4 cohorts of the Legion over towards Coppergate. So 2,000 in total. 2 cohorts over towards the High Shore. Yep. Yeah. And then the remaining 2,000 of the Legion prepared to mobilize
in reserve.
In reserve.
Okay.
That's my thoughts, unless anyone else has better ideas.
Not at this time, no. I'm just thinking about the Bells district.
Yeah, I'm really concerned
I
about
want
that.
the 1,000 Mac in the middle to reinforce the Bells district.
Now the
Possibly
Bells,
with
the 1,000 Mac in the middle. These okay. Again, I didn't want you guys to think too much about these. These are very abstract. So that 1,000 Mac are in the Arkwood Burrow, which means they're guarding the Bells already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect.
So I don't want to move the tokens like where they are. This is very much abstract. Like I just put them where they're visible so you can see information.
Yeah.
Don't get too hung up on the details. We're not playing a war game here.
Mm-hmm.
This is just for narrative, so I can process it correctly.
Yeah.
So that you guys have the best shake at winning this siege.
Yeah.
So.
I think this works fine.
As for us...
Yes, as for you.
Don't you dare split us up.
No.
Vegas?
No. There will be no splitting. Oh, it physically hurts me to see that.
Why?
Because of the hit points.
Oh, because you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'm the goddamn tank. As for us, I think it's kind of a straight shot between the two through the markets. So I think we're probably best helping reinforce Highshore at the moment. And then, because that seems like, and this isn't the chicken shit way out, that seems like it's going to be less of an issue. So if we can help them wipe that up as quickly as possible, or at least bounce it off the walls as quickly as possible, then we can get over and help Copperslope some more. But
yeah, that sounds reasonable.
If we go to Copperslope, we're stuck there until that's done, and I think that's going to take longer than Highshore.
Alright, so you guys want to go to the dock ward?
I really don't want to.
Okay, quick, vote.
I say dock.
I say dock too.
You're muted, Caddy.
PR, do you want to vote?
I mean, might as well go to dock. So I'm assuming I know you said don't these two let's ping them, but these two like forces, quote unquote, they're actually
in the markets
reinforcing. Yeah, okay.
But they can easily reinforce the Dark Ward, yeah. But right now they're in the markets unless you guys tell them otherwise.
Oh yeah, well they don't need to be protecting the markets. We're not getting invaded from the sea.
Okay, so
yeah.
Is that everybody's okay with those? That 1,600 going over to the dock ward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
All I'm saying is this converges. And we can have guys there, but they need strong leadership, and you're both the leaders. It doesn't make any sense for you not to be on the front.
Yeah. Yeah, Coppergate.
Okay. Coppergate?
Yeah.
So wait, that's 2 votes for Coppergate. I'm just trying to get us into combat. I know you guys. Yeah. I know. You know, NPC lives are on the line, so I don't want to rush you guys into a decision you don't want. But you know, let's just kind of snap to it.
I would like to be more narratively interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
As a show. What PR didn't vote. He just asked if we could move those.
Yeah, he just wanted let's get those 1,600 guys in the fight, and then I don't care.
Yes.
No, I'm.
You're mulling it over.
I'm doing math.
Okay.
No, I'm running math probabilities. Numbers. Yeah. in my head. So we have a 33.3333%. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing
Now we're definitely Deep Space Nine. Now we've got the fucking augments running the numbers.
I don't run numbers. I do. I've gotten into 10. Let's go.
We found Worf.
Yeah. We should probably defend the Copper Gate. Worst comes the worst. If High Shore does fall, we can destroy the bridges and at least slow them down.
Yeah.
So
Excellent point. Excellent point.
Maybe, Jacob, can we only send 900 of this one garrison that was in the markets over?
And leave 200?
With the explicit purpose of destroying the bridges should things go.
I'll just leave them in the markets just so, like...
Yeah.
I don't want to cause too much headache.
Yeah.
Yep.
We get it. There's 200 guys there. The other 900 are going to the dock ward. Oh, yeah, you can move your token. Dope. Okay. Roll battle music.
No, don't do that. No, stop.
Look, that was like
Kulu,
baby
you might want to
Route 4.
refresh your hit points. Okay, so because I don't want us to get bogged down in minutia, the enemy tokens on the board are the tokens that you guys need to worry about. It is assumed that there are both teammates and enemies fighting each other on this map that are not visible because we don't want to lag out for no reason. So, audience, you get it. Players, you get it. Tokens on the map are the ones that you need to worry about.
How windy is it?
Hella windy.
God damn it, Jenkins!
The wind mechanically, anything in long range. And granted, none of you use like ranged weapons, so like spells are just like that's your range. But any
I use ranged weapons all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically anything past short range, you miss. And that's on both sides.
I have spells that disperse in wind, so thanks.
Right. Yes, you with the hand.
I'm not on the combat map because my token is still on the city.
I'm also not on combat map.
Oh, I haven't moved anybody.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Try it now.
Jesus, with the fucking line of sight. Okay.
I mean, we'll get up on the wall.
I mean, yeah. Let me just GM. There's guys over here, and then.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's roll initiative.
Let's not.
I just said let's roll initiative. Wow, I think you guys are going first.
Maybe.
Don't underestimate my low roll of 5.
You underestimate my lack of power.
I've got +7. I got a 9.
Oh, I did that backwards. This is
how are we not prepared for this?
I'm amazed that they're going before one of you. Simply flabbergasted.
Yep.
Okay. Bernhardt, you have the turn.
All right. Well, first and foremost is going to be a sparkling of his holy symbol as he touches it and transfers some of it to his finger before he draws circles around himself and his 3 companions, uttering that Alta is our greatest strength and is going to be casting Bless at 2nd level on all of us. Do I need to actually show the casting of the spell, or can we just assume?
I think we're good.
Okay. So y'all are #blessed.
I need to add a macro for that.
Let me go in and activate that.
What is it again? It's attack roll. No, it's not attack rolls. It's saving throws.
No, it's both. Attack rolls and saving.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I also pointed out for the players and for the audience as well. I did create barriers around the towers because that makes sense. You can't see through towers, but otherwise you can't do elevation for line of sight. So obviously you can't see through the wall. Is what I'm trying to get to. Even though you can see through the wall.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just in case it needed to be said.
So we're gonna spin around walking over there.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to spend around getting up to the wall, too, so...
Yeah.
This is to illustrate that you guys are arriving, after they have showed up, so... Bernhard, are you done?
That'd be a exercise 10-4.
Okay. Akulu.
5, 10, 30. And then I'm gonna use my action to move again.
Alright, staircases are difficult terrain.
Yep. So I did 5 and then
15,
15,
25,
25,
and then 30. Yep.
30. Yep, I'm here. There we go. That's my turn.
Okay. Hakan.
Oh, darn it. I should have used my bonus action.
Well, I'm gonna go where Akulu's going for now, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Action dash. However, I'll have to squeeze, I believe, because it's gonna be 10, 20, 25, right? And 30. Is that okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna squeeze the Akulu a little. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. And that's my action and my move. So I'm.
Okay. The goddamn snow goblin's turn. They are going to go 5, 10, 15, and it is assumed that the siege is already underway, so there are ropes and ladders that I didn't want to piddle around, so they use their action to mount the wall. So, boop, that's their action. So he still has 15 more feet of movement, and he's going to go ahead. No, he has 25 feet. So he's got 10 more feet of movement, so he's going to go nya and nya.
Wait, climbing was not difficult terrain?
No, it was his action. He used his whole action.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, action, and then he's done. Because, again, that's his action to get up the wall. All right, over here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, action, 25, 25. Okay. Agnar, you're
up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, I'm going to stop right here, actually, and use the dodge action.
Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting that you can now customize your status effects, and I need to clean it up. Okay. The Trollkin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, action. 5, 10, 15, 25, action, and 30. Top of the round, Bernhard.
So can I see this snow goblin at the top of the stairs?
If they're because they're so much higher than you, I'm going to give them half cover, but you can see him.
Okay, so they don't benefit from cover. Cool. Because I'm a crossbow expert.
Oh shit, son.
But he is going to take a shot with his crossbow and hopefully use something that I totally forgot I gained at 8th level. So
crossbow expert?
No. I had that well before 8th level.
Okay.
So that's a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
But it actually does 4 points of piercing damage and 2 points of psychic damage because I have Divine Strike.
Aw, shit. Alright. You nail him in the shoulder and you just kind
of... That's... I was going to say that's it, but it's not. 10, 15, 20 right there. Now I'm good.
Okay. Akulu.
Hakon's standing in front of me.
Yes, but you can draw a line of sight through him freely because he's that's a home rule.
I am, but I can't do like thunder and hit a bunch of people and push them off of the wall.
Oh, I'll resist it if it's Constitution, so go right ahead. And if I fall down, it's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna beat them up down the floor.
You'll take a half damage. I don't want to do that right away, you know? So instead I'm gonna poison spray, adding my charisma because sorcery point.
These are 20 feet high walls, so if you kick him off of it, that's 2d6 fall damage.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to start the first round of combat hitting a fellow combatant. I'll wait till Hakon moves over and I'll step up. It'll be fine. He can move over. For now, it's poison spray.
Hakon's just like, do it!
Yeah, I can shrug off the damage. Yeah, but I can shrug off the damage because if I fall down the wall, that's more space to beat people up.
If they fall down the wall, you're not going to hit them at all.
No, but when they come back up, I can club them on the head.
My boyfriend is yelling at me to hold my turn.
Dude.
And I'm telling you just to fucking do it.
Oh, wait. This is the weekend of prequel memes. Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. All you losers. I'll cast it at... Well, I've got 3 third-level spell slots now. No, I'll do second level. I'm going to do it at second level, which adds an extra D8.
In before the only person to fail is Hakan, and he just cartwheels past her.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Actually, you wouldn't get knocked off the wall in that case. You just ram into the goblin and fall prone.
Yeah. I mean, I can also help him save if he wanted me to, but he's all like, I could do it. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. Listen, if it's Constitution, it's my best save minus Strength. I got Indomitable. I've got Blessed. Like, if I failed this, it was fate.
Listen, Linda.
I can't line it up with all of them in it, can I? It has to be...
It doesn't have to be directly in front of you.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's line it up with all of them.
Yeah, I figured that's what you were doing.
Not Hakon. I can save you if you want me to. I will burn a spell slot. Or not a spell slot, a sorcery point. No?
Nope.
Okay. It is on record that I offered.
Yes, and it's on record that I said, no, do it.
I'll just use it now, then I don't have to hold it.
Ooh. That's a good beefy roll.
Thank God I've got Indomitable.
Jesus, you said you could say.
I rolled a 5!
Right, this is for the 2 snow goblins. They have +1 con. They both failed. And the Trollkin has a +5 con. So he saved. But Hakan did not.
Nope, apparently I'm going over the wall.
Hakan's like, I can take it! I can take it! Alright, so
how could I guess that I rolled a 5 and a 1? I have only 50% chance of freaking save.
You always roll poorly on these.
Akulu, didn't we have a talk about the self-fulfilling prophecy thing? Just stop talking.
You know what the best part about the 2 snow goblins failing and the one guy? Okay, so let me break this down sequentially. All right.
Yeah.
The 2 snow goblins, their corpses go flying.
Yeah.
Because they're dead.
I figured it would kill them.
And then Hakan goes off the edge. I love this.
I know, right?
And then the Trollkin takes 16.
Told you. Should have done poison spray.
You take 18 because you stone's endurance, 15 of it.
Yes.
And then you also
and then
take
2d6.
11 fall damage and land prone.
And
I rolled really fucking good on the fall damage too.
Yep.
Get in front of me, and here we are. I'm like, hey, don't do it. I can hurt you. And Hakon's like, you can't hurt me. You're a small human.
F's in chat for Hakan.
Yes. We can move past this, but I swear, like, with 2 times 50%, I was like, there's no way I can fail this. And bless. Nope. Game decided to be fuck off.
Oh, hey,
but that's fine.
Alright, Hakan, your turn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stand back up. And I'm gonna move up the wall.
That's an
through
action.
the ladders that they've set.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't care. I'm gonna go up. And that's my action. I could action surge, but right now I don't feel like it's needed. However, I will use my bonus action to second wind.
Starting off
It's been a while since I've used it,
the
so
remaining
do I have a class action
snow
for that?
goblins, because 2 of them just got yeeted. Yeah, they've got slings. The 2 on top are gonna sling. 1 at Bernhardt. They have a +4 to hit, so that's a miss. The other one at Agnar, which is going to be at disadvantage, which is going to be a miss. And this fine gentleman is going to come here and ready an attack. Ready in action. And Agnar, you're up.
Alright, so 5, 15, 25, 30.
Mhm.
I don't trigger any reactions?
Oh, yeah, he attacks you.
Okay.
Alright, so he's going to attempt to hit you with his itty-bitty axe.
Why would you trigger anything?
Because he held his action.
Oh, okay. He held his action.
Yeah, he had a readied action.
No.
And he waited too long. So he waited until your shield was in front of him to go,
Uh-huh. And then... God's damned snow goblins. The one that just tried to hit me is getting blade. That is an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a 21 to hit, I guess.
Okay, he is wounded. He is not a giant.
That bastard. How is he not a giant? And he's getting... I mean, just fuck it, he's getting attacked again. There we go. That is a 25 to hit for 12 slashing.
He is deceased.
Okay. And I'm done.
Okay. Trollkin. Doopty, doopty, schloopty. Multi-attack. Jesus, how many attacks does this motherfucker have? Alright, so he gets to make 2 battle axe attacks and 1 hand axe attack.
I don't care.
Gonna do that. It's got a +6 to hit, needs a 14 on the die. Loopty, loopty, and doopty. A flurry of blows. One kind of gets past his shield and glances into Agnar's armor, and the other 2 are just rebuffed by the shield. Completely fruitless endeavor. The other one is going to swing. Actually, he is not going to attack Hakan because Kulu just force pushed all of his reinforcements. He's going to shoulder check past Hakan and bring both axes down to bear on Kulu. Kulu has an AC of 16. He needs a 10 or higher to hit. So that's an oopty, which is a miss, because that's what we're doing today. We're missing. And then a schloopty, which
Tell
is a
me
hit.
about it.
That's the battle axe. He's not using it two-handed, so that is 6 slashing damage.
She shielded.
Oh. Well, fine.
You're muted,
again.
by the way.
Alright, so nothing happened. Bernhardt, go. I'm not bitter.
Not at all.
All right, going to back up and take a shot at the snow goblin that tried to stone. I'm assuming that a 20 hits.
You're shooting which one? I mean, yes, but we're shooting which one?
Whichever one threw the stone at me.
That would have been this one.
Cool. And he takes 10 piercing and 5 psychic. Because when Bernhard attacks you, he just feels bad for you.
Okay. He went from, hey, I'm holding a sling to, my entrails! And he's almost dead.
That's pretty much it, though.
Okay, Kulu, you're up.
Okay, this guy's standing in front of me.
Do it again!
No! Don't fucking yeet me off the wall.
I could save you. But no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I can allow you to save.
Well, if you do it again, then save me, because apparently I can't roll for shit.
Because you can't roll. Oh gosh, how long do we think this fight is gonna take? I can't see over where they are, so I don't know how they're doing with those guys. I don't want to burn through all of my spells immediately, but this guy hits pretty hard.
Yeah, he
And
definitely hits.
And Akon had the chance to see what was beyond the wall, and right now he's focused entirely on him, so for now there's nothing beyond the wall.
Okay.
If it helps.
I mean, I'm just deciding between cantrip and spell slot, you know. Let's cast Dragon's Breath on self as a bonus, and we're gonna choose damage type, and then we're gonna burn a sorcery point.
Oh, hey, while you do that, one of my mods, who is in Steam, Twitch,
Got it.
Maps by Gabriel Picard, Tokens by Widerpath Gaming and Oliver Smith. If you'd like to go check out their content, links are now there. Does Restream also do Zolbot?
The links are showing up. Yes.
My bots are playing nice. Well done, bots.
So I'm casting this 2 spell slots up. So I'm adding the damage dice now. It's poison, so we're going to treat all 1s as 2s, ignore resistance, and add my charisma by burning a spell slot. Or not a spell slot, a sorcery point. Keep saying that. And then we're going to, I'm going to have to burn another sorcery point to save Hakan, because he's within the cone. Well, no, I can shoot the cone to miss him, can't I? He's right behind this guy.
I don't... Because you're all on the same plane, I don't think there's any way you could conceivably cone and not hit him.
Not him.
I can take it, he says famous last words.
Just drop prone and breathe directly up at him.
Yeah, I'm 7 foot 6 inches tall. I wish you would still hit me.
You're not gonna make a dex save.
No! Oh my god, no, I'm not good.
Oh wait, PR?
You could, Okulu, take a 5-foot step to your left, and then you would be able to shoot up at him at an angle. I had to move my token to see where Hakon was. So.
Would I incur an attack of opportunity because I'm moving downward?
You're not technically moving out of...
Yeah, you're still within his engagement range.
Cool. Then let's do that, because Hakon's not saving for anything.
Nope.
What? I have to... Okay.
I'm about as useful as a baby.
And we're gonna cast Dragon's Breath, Poison. Treat all 1s as 2s, so that's +2, 17 poison damage.
Dex, he has a +1, so he's a 15 or up. He did not get it. So all those 1s are 2s, so it's 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 17 poison. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Oh, Hakan, you're up.
Whammy?
He has thus been whammied.
Whammied?
A 14 is a hit. Poor guy. He's now wounded.
Well, actually, it's a 17. Blessed. So he was hit for sure.
Well, now you know a 14's a hit. Okay, fine. All right.
I'm not sure if we're gonna get a short rest, but Action Surge is only a short rest to get it back. We kind of need to expedite these things. Decision. I'm using it.
I'd hold off.
You'll hold off?
Yeah, I would hold off.
Same.
He's the wise. I'm holding off. I'm not doing it. I'm done.
He probably would have been already dead had he not got yeeted off the wall.
For help, I'm gonna move there.
Okay.
Just so she doesn't fucking
Snow Gobbies. This one's going to switch weapons and try to axe Agnar a question. And miss, because... Hello everyone, welcome to Dire Roll. Alright, and the very, very weak Snow Goblin is going to try to sling Bernhardt. I don't even know why I roll. Agnar, you're up.
I mean, okay. Big boy in front of me. Actually, so if I kick at the goblin, can I shove the goblin from here?
Sure.
Or is that just too awkward?
Well, technically, there's like a big wooden beam between you two of you, but yeah, sure, why not?
That's fine. I'll just take 2 swings at
That's
Big
Snow
Troll
Goblin?
Boy.
Oh, Big Troll Boy, okay.
Big Troll Boy. Yeah, Big Troll Boy. That is a 30 to hit for 6 slashing damage.
That's a miss.
Oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, it's a range. You have to hit him in a range.
Oh, okay. Okay. Damn it. Well then. Second attack is a 23 to hit for...
Alright, that's another 7.
And... done.
Okay. Everyone who's adjacent to these troll boys will notice that when their initiative rolls up, some of their wounds close.
Does that include from magical damage?
That includes all damage currently dealt.
Okay, noted.
That is all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
Alright, the first one is
Would
going to...
that mean the giant hit?
Beg pardon?
Would they be giants? Classified as giants?
Nope, they are humanoids, sadly.
Interesting.
They are trollkin, not trolls. Important distinction. Alright, Battle Axe. Battle Axe. Not Battle Axe. Okay, moving on to over here. Since Akulu continues to pour on the hurt. Actually, both of you are doing the hurt. So 1 Battle Axe against Akulu. And it's a crit.
That was on who?
Akulu.
You finally rolled well against
my first
sorcerer.
hit of this session is a crit. And you're going to take 15 slashing.
Okay, I'll also make that con save while I'm at it.
Okay, and while you do that, the next attack is going to a con.
Also a crit.
In the opposite direction.
In the opposite direction.
And then the hand axe, I'm going to... Akulu's evens. It's going to be Akulu. And it's going to be a miss. Okay. Bernhardt, you're up. Oof. I think you're muted. Or stunned into silence.
I could hashtag bless that, but...
Technically a natural 1 is always a miss.
I know.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Akulu. Me and Bernhardt got no hit energy tonight. You're muted, Caddy.
I was double checking that my concentration. I was reading the concentration rules right, so I was
it's
like,
10
wait.
or half the damage dealt, depending whichever one's higher. So you're good.
Yeah, I learned just then.
You got to get hit real hard for it to be higher than 10.
22 or higher.
That happened to you once. 44 damage. A cool 44 damage.
Cool. So I can just breathe more poison. Where's the
button? That is a lot of poison.
Yeah.
He has a +1 Dexify. Ooh.
You did this.
Son of a bitch, I'm in. All right, he's going to take 11 poison. Because he actually saved.
Yeah, half damage.
It's not like I will ever want to hit or anything. But let's take half damage. Are you done? Okay. Hacken. Yes, it is a hit. I assume you want to reroll both of those.
Yes, both of those.
So 6 plus.
Where the fuck is my things in class action? Great action. Pweep. So
11 damage. Okay, this buckaroo is back to being heavily wounded. A 12.
15?
Is a 15? Is a hit.
And no reroll, so that's a pure 14.
Okay, he is near death.
God damn it. I spit on him. Does that do 1 damage to kill him?
He's not that near death. And you're out of spit. Right, are you done?
Yep.
Okay. Gobbies. Slingshot. Wachow! Okay. Got him.
You're not allowed to say wachow with slingshots anymore.
It'd be really unfortunate if I got to do a whole nother D4 damage. Alright, Bernhardt, take 5.
Woo! Just knocked me out of triple digits.
And the other one's gonna swing his itty-bitty axe. And hitty-bitty. Dope. His axe is also 1d4 plus 2. So take 2, Agnar.
Yep, I'll do that.
Finally getting him.
One at a time, baby. One at a time.
Agnar, you're up.
Well, that irritates the shit out of Agnar because God's damned snow goblins. So the attacks are going to him.
Until his...
that's an auto miss.
Auto miss.
Fuck it, luck point.
Luck point. We're gonna keep the 4 on the blast. Okay. So that's a crit. So can you give me another D8?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Will you take the 10 or the crit?
You got a crit.
Also, I mean, are you gonna spite?
I mean, when you spend a luck point, that is what you want to happen.
Right. That right there is what you want to happen. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and drop a level 2.
A level 1 spell slot to do a divine smite.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And then so we need. So there's the extra slash. 8 extra slashing.
Okay, so far he's dead.
All right, that's okay. I'm still.
Yeah.
I'm still.
You're committed.
Yep. That's 4d8.
Yeah, 48.
That is.
Oh my fucking god! Okay. Well,
these are all green.
You atomized him.
Yep.
He's down to. Oh, he's almost down to negative his entire hit points.
I almost chunky salsa'd him. All right.
No, wait, you did. What am I talking about?
Okay.
I was treating it as if he was full health, but he's not. He was hurt for 6 by Bernhardt's crossbow. So you chunky salsa'd him. Yeah, you literally shove your sword into him, and a searing, blinding white light just disintegrates him like he just saw the Holy Grail.
Like he's a vampire from Buffy.
Yes.
All right. I will turn back to the Trollkin and go. I mean, are you sure you want to keep doing this?
As if killing a goblin impresses me.
Okay, that's kind of fair. So why don't you go ahead and get crit also?
What?
And you know what? Fuck it. That's another level 1 slot.
He vibing though.
Holy Jesus!
So 16 on the weapon and 25 radiant.
This is a Jesus.
41 damage.
41 damage.
Okay, he's wounded.
You do realize that you just did the amount of damage I do when I use every single thing I have in my arsenal twice.
That's what paladins do.
Crit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's and then I'll go. I mean, now are you impressed? Is that Does that do it? Are we?
He doesn't respond with his words because when he opens his mouth, blood just kind of pours out.
So I'll go ahead and I'm going to rewind a bit. Are you sure you want to keep doing this? Because I can do this all day. And I'm done.
All right.
You have a limited number of spell slots you can do.
Well, unfortunately for you, he heals to the point where he no longer looks wounded. And unfortunately for you guys over there, he's no longer near death. The guy who got just clapped hard by Agnar is going to try to attack back, but thus far, the Trollkin boys have only hit once. So, Uno!
That's a hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got there.
Alright, so that's 11 slashing.
So 8 slashing?
Yep. So he misses and misses. Alright, back over here. First attack against Aakulu. Miss. Second attack against Akan. 20? I think that's a hit. Yeah, you have 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Akan, you take 9. And then the last attack against Aakulu is a miss.
Hekon, what's your AC?
16.
We have the same AC.
I'm not a tank. I just have a lot of HP.
He's what we call a DPS fighter.
Yeah.
Bernhard,
that makes
you're up.
sense.
All right. Seeing this small scratch appear on the side of my head, already another crossbow bolt at this snow goblin and say, "Well, that was very unfortunate. You should not have done that. Now I am angry."
Dude, I don't like evil Bernhard.
I mean, hold on. I can actually block. Does the 15 hit?
Does a 15 hit? Yes.
So he takes 8 piercing and 3 psychic.
Okay. He is deceased.
Wow,
I mean,
I'm glad that happened. I had no follow-ups with that. I was kind of talking as if I had.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Are you done, Bernhard?
I was just
Oh, sorry.
I was just kidding. I was not angry. I was just trying to be intimidating like you, but that worked. Yeah, I'm done.
Buddy, you did that way better than I did. Like, you yeah.
Cool.
Good job.
Well, if he doesn't save that, he's dead.
He's saved. And, you're almost dead.
Yeah.
Is he not healing up at all?
He's healing, but you guys are,
Okay.
are just pushing him back down to, a gentle gust of wind will kill him.
He's taking a step and we're pushing him 2 back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
done?
not a gentle gust of wind.
Are you done, Akulu?
Yeah.
Alright, Hakan?
I am definitely not
Okay.
a gentle gust of wind.
He was at 2, so he's dead.
Okay. I don't remember. Did I see a passageway between the towers? Yeah, I actually see it, I
Yeah,
think.
you
Okay.
literally see it.
Yeah.
I was confused. I thought it was one big tower. Anyway, 1, 2. Do I see anything? Nope. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I like this position. You see a lot of things. And that's it.
Yeah, you're right above the gate. Word. Agnar, you're up.
All right. He's getting the sword again.
It's important I stay there, Jacob, so the towers keep
17
shooting
to
there.
hit for
I didn't hear
7
you.
slashing.
But I don't think I needed to. Okay. He is once again wounded.
Okay. And again,
Another!
23 to hit for 11 slashing.
Okay, 11 slashing.
And no, that's it. We're
Oh, yeah. Agnar, you're up. No, wait. We just did Agnar. Trollkin, you're up. Okay.
I mean, I'll go again.
So when he heals, he's still wounded. So got him. All right. We axe. We hit. We deal effective 9 after your -3. And then you swing again. I think that's a miss by 1. Yep, that's a 19, so that's a miss. And that is a 20, unless you have a shield or some similar nonsense.
Nope, that's a hit.
That's his offhand, though, so we switch to D6 for 3 after your armor. After your whatever. Your feet.
Okay.
Okay, burn heart.
Seeing as Agnar has that pretty much under control, Bernhardt is going to, because he is small, he can't quite see the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dash all the way over to here, and still can't see everything. So I don't have a bonus action. So that is it.
Okay, Akalu, you are up.
It's me.
It is.
Does everyone sound like they're doing okay? I don't see any more enemies up here.
I mean, all the snow goblins are dead.
Yeah.
So they don't sound like anything.
I just wasn't sure if they were still like hacking and slashing.
And zip-zapping?
The big boy, yeah.
Well, remember, there's like NPCs fighting all around you.
Yeah.
That we don't care about.
20.
No, you don't care about them because you're a heartless voice in the sky, but we care about.
Okay.
No, I don't care about them because we only have 4 hours.
And then I'm gonna drink a potion.
Noise.
Well, there's your problem, Jake, and we should have an 18-hour session.
No.
Tell you what, next time you DM.
I have a job. Jake and his children.
I'd probably still get the same amount of sleep. Are you done?
That's it.
All right, hacking.
1, 2,
Slashing.
3, and I'm gonna hammy whammy this guy. So this is hammy. I can reroll one of those. And this is whammy.
Okay, wait. So that's 14 damage?
I believe
Correct.
so, yes.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
memeing. Okay, so that's a hit. Are you rerolling that too?
Always.
So 10 plus...
I'm trying to reroll, but I open Windows Media Player instead back.
Weird.
Don't ask how.
Imagine using Windows Media Player.
I don't use that. I should remove it from my taskbar.
It's on your taskbar?
It came like this. I didn't change it.
You didn't change your taskbar. I'm broken.
All right, Agnar, you can go now. I don't even care if he says he's done. He's done.
I mean, imagine leaving your taskbar as is.
I do. I still have the Windows Store.
I don't even know you anymore.
Jacob's walking away.
All right, so I'm just gonna roll these. And then he can
He's
deal with
near
it when
death.
he gets back. Okay, done.
Oh, it was 2 attacks. He's dead.
Oh, good. Well then, yeah, I'm totally done. And then I will step up here, try to get. Oh, I can't see anything. Okay,
Oh no, you guys win. We can stop now.
Okay. You can stop now. We win.
Yeah. I go to my my notes here. All right. So unfortunately, because you guys didn't go to the dock ward, you won't have enough time to short rest, assuming you want to relocate. Because it seems like the Endfrost assault is being repelled, at least on y'all's side, because that's what you can see. However, with a horn blast, they continue to commit, which seems foolish. at this point, they're just going to be suffering more casualties by continuing this assault. And that's when you guys hear a commotion to your west, behind you. So you guys spin around, and I just fucked everything up. Okay, it's back to home. And everyone give me a perception check, please. Only one of you needs to succeed, but everyone can attempt it.
24. 25!
So far, 2 of you see it.
15.
You do not see it.
He's too small. He wouldn't be able to see it anyway. He's not
Okay.
on the wall.
Akulu and Hakan, you guys can see over the buildings to the ships at the pier. Your 7 longships and Sino Ramberti's ship. What appear to be strangely configured skeletons appear to be climbing up the sides of the ships and attacking. Their arms appear to be made out of a halved shark jaw, and they're literally sawing into the ship as they come up. And when they get it up,
that's just unfair.
And once they've killed the crew, they're literally sawing these ships up. It's really rude.
Including
no, not those ships.
Ships?
Just the ones on the
or
pier.
just ours.
The one seal. Sino Ramberti's ship is being attacked.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you guys can either get a short rest and continue to fight at the Copper Gate, or forgo a short rest and go try to save the boats.
I vote the boats.
Yeah, I'm voting boats.
Yeah, that is kind of the basis of our entire economy.
Uh-huh.
You guys can also redirect cohorts to the boats.
We need everybody on the wall because it keeps the pressure up, but I'm gonna redirect this tower.
Wait, PR is typing.
PR is typing. Well, remember, you have 4 cohorts that are unengaged.
Go for it. What I'm typing is, it's just out of character stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pull 2 of the cohorts off of yes. Thank you. That.
All right. Once you guys arrive, you arrive about the same time as the cohorts and the 1,000 members of the Mocked. There aren't enough skeletons to fend these guys off, so you're going to wipe these skeletons out, but it's a matter of degrees at this point because we have another battle map. And just as before, the tokens on the board are the ones you need to worry about, and there are assumed to be NPCs, including the swashbuckling Commodore Sino Ramberti, fighting on his own ship. It's 15 till. Do you guys want to start this combat now, or do you just want to call it slightly early?
I'd rather call it slightly early.
Yeah, there's a lot of tokens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will do that. All right. So that's tonight, everybody. So tune in next week where they're going to save the docks. I mean, it's pretty much a sure deal. We'll just try to see how badly the party suffers for it, and then the siege will continue. And this siege is pretty much going to continue until the end, because we are, not to overuse a phrase, but we're in the end game now. I don't know what Caddy's doing over there, but
I'm voguing. It's fine.
Voguing. Everybody who's tuning in for the first time, thanks for joining in. I hope it wasn't too confusing for you, and we delivered a fun experience. And for those of you who are longtime viewers, thanks for sticking with us, and I hope you guys are having a good time. So we're going to go ahead and give a quick shout-out over to Caddy. So, Caddy, take it away.
Woo. Okay. I have opened a Etsy shop. I do not have the link up on our thing over here. I think I gestured the right way, but it is available. The link is available through my Twitter and through my Instagram. Follow the Die Roll Twitter because I'm funny. And yeah, order some dice bags if you want some handmade dice bags. That's really it.
All right, great. All right, everybody, that's the session. We'll be back next weekend with some more of this. And Saturday stream, if anyone's interested in non-D&D related stuff, I will do stuff. Maybe we can do last year again. And we can do more prequel memes. So if you like prequel memes, watch us on Saturday.
Yes, good.
Good. All right, that's enough prequel memes. Everybody have a great night. Blinky, go to sleep and go back. Good luck on your classes tomorrow. And we will see you next weekend. Goodbye.